Yeah, so when it splashes on the chest, it's like when it hits like a water balloon, you know? Oh, we're live. Sorry.
Shit.
Didn't mean to get all weird.
Whenever Bobby brings up water balloons, I get really uncomfortable.
You get uncomfortable when I open my mouth. What the hell is that all about?
Sometimes they go hand in hand.
That's why I have to sit like this. I don't do this on purpose. Skelly makes me sit like this.
I always send him a text message right before and say, "Don't you just keep your mouth shut, Bobby."
Yep, that's why I don't talk no more. I'm not allowed because this
Not
motherfucker
allowed.
won't let me talk. So
There's expletives in that too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, y'all aren't used to hearing Grandpa curse, but it happens.
yeah,
I love to write my curse words into my phone,
yes.
but I don't like to say them.
I should put that out on a tweet or something. What you sent me.
Everybody that's watching right now, you probably noticed that we have a very, very special guest in our show tonight, Mr. JOE AMATO. Thank you so much for being here, Joe.
Thanks for having me. Wait, which way am I pointing? There?
Yeah.
You're pointing. You should know how you're pointing. Yeah.
Look, we're
I
all
don't know. I'm all
confused which way
backwards.
we point these days. We got no idea.
Oh, man. We're really excited to have you. We have some really exciting things to talk about today. I reached out to you because you had posted something on social media, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
What?
Whoa!
Here. Nope.
Like, I
We're
gotta
just
know
starting
what
the
this
show
is.
over. Rewind.
I don't know what this is. And sure enough, you responded, and now here we are. So I'm glad that we're going to be talking about this today, and I'm glad that I was the first one to use a curse word on episode 41 of Toy Frenzy.
Oh,
I'm
be
proud of
That's
myself.
something. I can't believe that kind of language. I never cuss on any podcast when I do a podcast.
Joe's an angel.
No.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but-
always clean cut. You never hear an F-bomb or nothing. Nothing like that out of
Oh,
me.
we never see you say it.
It's true.
See?
You will
That's
never
right. I
see
mean,
him
It may
say it.
not be happening.
It's true. No.
There's someone behind him that talks for him in the microphone. He just sits there. He's just like a puppet.
I've said that before, like with my nephew. I was
Yeah.
like, that's the same thing. I said, he could unmask one time, and everybody think, oh my God, it's me. But then you hear my voice. It's like, wait, what's going on? Because he could just be doing like that because I talk with my hands. So there's no way of knowing if that's me talking or not. He could
You had
actually
that-
be doing this. Yeah.
You did have that one guy on your show that one time, and I tuned in, and the guy took off the mask, and I was like, fuck, Joe just showed himself. But then there was some other guy that was acting like you, and I was like,
Brilliant.
holy crap.
Oh yeah, that was Bilson. Yeah, he does
Yeah.
great cosplay. And I was
Yeah.
like, my God, he does a better Joe Amato than me. He had
Yeah.
the Modulok mask on. He had the
Yep.
hood. He did he was doing the mannerisms, and
Yeah.
it was really convincing. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Mhm.
It was,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
he
freaked
did a
me
good
out when
job.
all of a sudden the mask came off. I'm like, holy shit. It was like
I'm
today's
gonna
the
go
day.
back and watch that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yep.
So, Oz, Bobby, Shawn,
Yep.
Joe, how are you all doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Doing not too bad.
Can't complain, and I won't on here if I had to anyway, because this is supposed to be fun.
Oh, we could complain. Let's turn
There
this
you
into a shit show.
No.
Hey.
We
We
can
save that
complain
for my
about
open mic
things,
nights.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Complaining is part of it, right? We should be able to complain a little bit.
Yeah. It can't always be positive.
No.
It's true.
Plus, part of complaining allows us to get to a place where we're okay with what we just said and accept it, right? And
And
then
you feel better after complaining.
feel better
sometimes.
afterwards.
True.
Yeah.
Get it out. Get it off the chest.
Yep.
Like what Bobby was saying earlier.
Yeah. Right. And it splashes off the chest. Yeah. Just like a water balloon.
Yeah, that reminds me of. Nope. Forgot it.
Sure about that?
Yeah. So
Gonna do the Wayne's World. That reminds me of.
that's the story of my life lately. Like I'll have these like brain farts where I'm just like I don't know what I was gonna say next. You all get to see it in real time.
Yep.
Fantastic. Nothing like nothing like seeing friends go senile. It only helps you feel like you're getting old.
Every week, just a little bit more.
That's okay. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we'll be new friends again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Well, let's see who's in the chat, everybody, because there's a lot. Joe, there's a lot of people here to see you tonight. This is exciting.
Well, I don't know if they're here to see me, but I mean, well, I'm here, but I don't know about seeing me.
Well,
So
you want me to get
Oz,
the
do the machine gun chat expose?
Yeah, you got it. We've got Mr. Wonderful first in chat. Cobweb is here this evening.
Hey.
And we got El Tenda in the house. My buddy's Customs, Thanos Copter, Joey Curel. And
Joey.
let's see, back to Mr. Wonderful again. We've got Pop Actor here exclaiming he was first this evening. Payne's Toy Samples in the house. JMax77. We've got Figuratively Speaking here with us. Captain Biscuit also here. And apparently I ate all the snacks.
That's where you were before the show. That's why it was late.
And look, Aaron's got my back. He said I would share the snacks because I totally would.
Yep.
Duchess of Darkness
baby.
is here with us, rolling fresh off of her Wicked Wednesdays. Make
Yep.
sure you go check it out.
Excellent episode.
Onryu83 is here with us this evening as well. Scrolling down further here, I know we've got more people in this chat. There is Highly in Dread hanging out with us. All
Yep.
the in talking is phenomenal. Dawning of a Decade. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for being here. And let's see, continuing to go through more in talking. Wow, it is on fire in here tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Ronald Embry in the house. We've got Simple Tricks and Nonsense. Danny
Nice.
Phillips is here as well. Alf in Flick.
Hey.
And keep rolling. Ken from Toy Connections is here with us. And let's see, continuing to roll. I think I got us just about all caught up. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, look, I want to say, Thanos, that's very sweet of you. I love that. Skele, he's saying, I'll keep you in the arts and craft supplies if you end up in the your nursing home. Yes. Well, I'll just have to move up north just a few miles, end up there.
Is that a nod to Happy Gilmore? Is that what he's doing there? Remember the arts and crafts time in the nursing home?
It's
Make the quilt.
It's also that he does live pretty close to here, so it's a very possible thing, very possible scenario.
That's cool. Got someone that's going to take care of you.
Yeah, thanks, Thanos.
It's nice.
Best.
So we also had some earlier comments here I want to bring up just about, Shawn talking about the complaining. Look, and it's commiserating.
There you go.
And you know what? We're all about it.
That's right.
Toxic positivity should be avoided
That's
too.
right.
That's
You
true.
can't light without the dark, people.
That's right.
Absolutely it. I mean, that's why one of the reasons I hate clowns is because they're all smiles all the time, and that shit.
Did
Do
you
you
see
hate
that
my
one I
face
sent
then?
you?
See, I'm smiling all the time. Do you hate my face, Oz? You can admit it. Say it. It won't hurt
Hey,
my feelings.
One of
Joe,
the best.
you're beautiful. Modulock is beautiful.
The best thing about Modulok's smile is it's terrifying.
It is.
Modulok, I've already said this before. Modulok in the Filmation cartoon is the most terrifying character by far. He's the scariest
My
villain.
Modulok right here is smiling because he's kissing Stratos right now. So.
He's
Oh,
very-
dude, God, get that shit out of there. Get
Hold on,
Stratos
hold on,
out. What a
fools.
fucking horrible character. What a
Yeah.
terrible fucking
See?
toy. Look at that. Oh, dear God, you had to do
How
that. Oh, my
beautiful
God.
Isn't that a love? That's love. right
Don't
there.
thumbnail that shit. Oh, my God. That's like a match made in hell. Holy
match made in
fuck.
heaven, man.
I'm going to send that to you. I got a photo.
Oh,
of it.
my
I'll send it to
God.
you.
That's
Nobody puts
bad.
Birdie in the corner.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, dear God. Yeah, hold him up like that. Oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
Well, it's
Modulok
not-
had
don't-
wings. He would
don't-
bump his ass when he hopped.
God.
All right, so we've got a butt intro, right? Oz, are we ready?
We've got a butt intro this evening, and Bobby has actually offered to help me out with this one. He's got a part coming up in it.
Yeah, I do.
Clear out the.
Well, we
third
need
there.
to stop with this extra bullshit. Just write stuff with the sound effects and all this other fucking crap. Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, you're a good writer or you're who's the comedian with the props and the watermelons?
Gallagher.
Oh, Gallagher.
Yeah.
He just died this year, so
Oh, did he? Damn.
Yeah.
I love Gallagher.
yeah. So
Oh,
I've seen
sorry,
him a few
Gallagher.
times live.
Is his brother still around?
I think so, yeah. But I don't think he's allowed to do the Gallagher bit he was doing for a while.
Yeah,
They
it was
sued each
drama
other.
with
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Your brother, you have to see your brother for that stuff.
Right?
Oh my gosh,
That's horrible.
Fame must be really hard on folks.
It's got to be.
It's got to be, right? Man.
Turns you into an outright monster.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got Bud's intro here.
Yes.
That's right. Speaking of a monster, here we go.
10 minutes in.
Hello, Frenzy Knots. Welcome back, Skelevaderites, Ozholes, Bobby's Blushers, Skavarniaks, Battle Rammers, and Motu Amatos. Ooh,
Oh,
I think
fuck.
we have
Motu.
potential.
Joe Amoto.
No.
That was in caps, too. I should have emphasized that more.
Mhm.
Motu Amato.
Oh, dear God.
Joe.
Tonight, our faithful writer peels himself away from another universe full of princesses, demon kings, hundreds of little forest creatures you have to find yet again, only to collect little golden poops. Don't ask, but trust me, it's fun. To bring you to the third greatest intro to a Motu podcast next to the Legends of Grayskull podcast. Seriously, if you have not listened to their new intro, it's amazing.
It's pretty good.
And
Pretty good.
the Fans of Power podcast. Now, let's introduce our hosts.
Oh.
Elevator! Keep it up, there's Elevator!
That was supposed to be drums.
More. There's supposed
More?
Three more.
Come on.
Skelevator! Skelevator!
If I had my drum set, it would have been better.
It would have been. I should have told you to set it up beforehand.
Oh, where did now
It's
Skelly
still
jump
And
no
now
out?
he
way.
left.
You knocked him out.
I'm putting his
If you-
ass back.
If you see Skelevator and he goes away instead of shows up.
He's left this shit. He said, fuck it. He's like, I'm leaving. Fuck this. He's gone. All right.
Totally left.
There he is.
Here, I'll switch it so me and Joe can sit next to each other so he can blow kisses to me.
Catch it.
You
right
got it.
Oh, God, son of a bitch. There, now blow it up that way. We're passing kisses. Oh, shit. Dig in. Fuck, he's everywhere. Because he won't go to Powergon. He's fucking avoiding me. He's avoiding it. Tell you, better get ready for that
I
shit.
don't want no tongue stuck in my ear. That's for
That's why it's going to come right out, just like we said, like in the Goonies, right out of this mouth. Just picture it coming out. What's wrong with that?
No,
Avoiding
no,
the
no.
fucking kiss. That's all right. No problem.
Yep. Well, you said you wanted me to grab onto your hair and all that. I thought that was a little weird, but
Yeah, that's going to be even longer. That's going to be some grab action right there. Look at that shit. It's going to be even longer. But fuck.
Bobby,
Plenty other people.
Bobby's sweating bullets there. He's like, his
I know, right?
arms are pressing tighter and tighter and tighter.
Okay, you not have fucking fun. That's what
Yeah,
it's all about.
Yep.
So I'm growing my hair out for PowerCon too.
There
Look at
you
that.
It's looking
go.
good. It's getting there.
There, you can have Joe rub it for you.
Are you going, Oz, or no? Are you going to go, or?
Trying to go. Definitely
Oh, okay.
trying to go.
Adam will be
Things
there.
out.
Okay.
Oh, will Adam be there?
Yes, he's going there. That's why I sent them all those stickers.
Oh,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, want to say this. We're so sorry Adam couldn't make it, but he messaged us and said he couldn't make it. We understand, but I know he'll be watching the rerun, and we'll see him next week, too.
Yeah, I know he wanted to talk with Joe because he mentioned that before a while back with me that he wanted to get on with him to talk about Stratos. So
Dear God in heaven. Yeah.
I told you
Fuck.
about that.
Someday in the future, yeah, if he's ready for that shit.
Yep. Have fun with that one. Just remember, you guys are in love.
Uh-huh.
If anyone's prepared for a discussion like that, Adam is.
Yes.
True story.
All right, let's continue on with this bullshit.
Surfing between the streams and making tidal waves of content for everyone. The man who never sleeps and is probably the reason for high coffee prices and big razor shortages. The Ozhole of assholes. We all love him. It's Ostradamus Toys.
I know we
Speaking
were
of
talking.
Speaking of dirty bottoms, it's beautiful, blushing Bobby Motu.
Fuck, man. Don't say it.
I'm writing
I
down.
don't have to say it,
I'm
but
I'm writing down how many times Motu comes up in tonight's
Jesus
conversation.
Christ, this is my blood boils every time I hear that. Change that fucking name, Bobby. For God's sake. Be
I
vintage
wish I
He-Man.
could.
Jesus Christ.
I've been wanting to change it for a long time. So
I have to say, this is from Bud.
thanks. Back to you, doubles. Asswipe. Dipshit.
It's the legend himself, usually spotted in the woods and never clothed, the mistress of Bigfoot and connoisseur of mashed potatoes. You can boil them, mash them, and stick them in a stew. It's everyone's favorite funny uncle, Shawn Scavarna.
It would be funny if you didn't have that white on your jacket, because then you would just look like a floating head with the dark background.
There you go. That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shawn, the floating head, the Zordon of.
What was that, Zombie on Pee-wee's Playhouse? What was the name of the genie's head?
Yeah,
That's
Johnny.
basically what happened the other week on my other show. They were like, "You look like Zombie" or whatever. I was like, "All right."
Make a honey ho.
And finally, hailing from the other side of the podverse, scaring all the children and scavenging in our nearby dumpster, the man with the modular face and the meat sweat stained mask, the cheapest date you can get in Etheria with a $10 Popeyes gift card, the master of customs that you can get a knockoff version on Mattel Creations, Motu Joe Amato.
That was almost a perfect intro and had a fucking wreck it with that thing right before Joe. But thanks, I appreciate that.
I thought you were going to say
Tim.
Joe
I'm
Amotu.
gonna say, Joe, I think Bud wrote you the best intro he's ever written for anybody. That was
I
magical.
appreciate it.
It was
Yeah.
really
That was-
magical.
That was great. I really do appreciate that. It was good.
Bud on that one.
Now I really want a damn $10 gift card from Popeyes.
Me
That's
too.
good stuff. Remember to put hot sauce and honey on every piece of chicken. God damn, is that good? If you haven't tried it, do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that hot honey stuff is no joke. Perfect.
No, I'm saying just get packets of their hot sauce and honey and just put it like on a piece of chicken, just squirting it on there. God damn, is that good? Now I'm starving for Popeyes.
So I'll take a
Love
half-hour
chicken.
break.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Intermission. Haven't even made it through the intro yet. Intermission.
Chicken.
There's an
Yeah,
intermission.
Skelly just loves to jump out of here.
Skelly's just getting tired of this shit. There you go.
He's like, I still can't believe we're just doing the intro.
I think he's just scared because of the swear words that are going to be flying. He just keeps wanting to protect.
How many times are you gonna
That's usually
bow out?
goes-
What the hell are you doing, Skelly?
I was looking for Vienna sausages.
Ah,
Oh,
Vienna beef.
there you go. The smaller
Best
hot dogs.
The best hot dogs. Chicago style.
That's right.
Now, let's give a special Patreon shout out to our new member of the Frenzied.
Yep.
His cam is blurry and his connection is spotty at best, but we love his informative and passionate live streams. The man with the leaning tower of Masterverse.
Yes.
It's figuratively speaking, John.
Yes.
We love you.
Yes, John, you're the I mean this, and I don't mean this to say this is not an insult in any way, shape, or form. But
Sure it is.
when I chime in, when I go in and watch your videos, I know exactly what I'm getting. And part of the charm of your videos is the quality of the video, and teamed up with your earnest like explanation of things. It's awesome. It's like nothing's going to stop John from giving us that information. I love that
Sure.
about his streams.
Yep, he's good.
Yeah. Love it, John. Keep it up.
Keep going, brother.
Yeah.
And, keep putting out that content. I know things been tough for you for a bit, but
We're here for
keep
you.
your head up. We
Yeah.
are.
We are here
They
for you.
can keep your head up, Oz. You're like right on the edge of the bottom.
Oz
screen.
keeps getting lower.
I know. It's like
lower.
shrinks. It's like in quicksand or something.
Well, it's part of it's what I'm doing is like I'm sitting here at work all day doing this, so I'm getting the hunchback. I gotta start sitting back up straight.
You gotta
That's why I cross my arms, because it keeps my back straight.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It does. It keeps me.
All
sitting up
right.
straight.
Well, I'll just start sitting like this on it.
Oh, my guns have to
Find a-
show.
I'm
Check
gonna
that
ask
out
like that.
right there.
Yeah, there's authority in that stance.
That's
Yep.
right. Do you want to be a part of this ever-growing family of collectors and toy enthusiasts? Or do you just want to send Bobby all the middle finger videos and group chats and watch our never-ending feud? You can join the Frenzy Family Patreon.
That is true.
We have 4 Patreons to choose from and extra perks. If you want early episodes of the popular podcast Cambridge and with Shawn and our very own mini Canva figure painting, join Skelevator. And if you want to be a part of the late night after hours Ostradamus Live, where you can watch or join in for a more intimate experience, join Ostradamus Toys. That after show's not just for my patrons, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
But
That was
this
a fun
fam-
night.
it was a lot of fun.
That was a fun night.
But any of the 4 Patreons get you access to the Frenzy Discord, IG group chat, bonus giveaways for patrons only, and be a part of the popular and fast-growing Random Acts of Kindness, which the Frenzy took it upon themselves and started that, and it's one of the most amazing things out there.
I got choked up when I got my package, man. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Yep.
You're a great group of folks.
they are the most amazing out there. It's incredible. Be sure to check out all our shows and new videos of Weekly Weirdo on Sundays, weekly videos of Skelevators, Snake Mountain builds, Toy Frenzy Thursdays, Ostradamus Toys Live on Saturdays. Now, finally, on to the show. Back to you, boys.
All right.
So that intro took 12 minutes. Just
That's
to let you guys know.
intro. We took some breaks there.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what I mean, though. By the time we get through a whole intro, it's like 12, 15 minutes long.
I think they keep getting his intros keep getting longer.
Actually, this one was one of the shorter ones.
Yeah,
for the
I was just gonna
breaks.
say when he had us be in the Scooby Doo thing,
Oh,
that was
right.
like at least a quarter of the episode right there.
Yeah, that was like a half hour long.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, though.
It's gonna be
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, that was hilarious.
the whole
There
thing.
was mythologies, there was subplots. It was crazy.
Yeah. There was a twist ending. Found out it was Kaiser Sose that did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very,
right.
very, very much.
She was fat. She was orca fat.
So, since we were just ending that with talking about bringing,
That's a great line in that movie.
so we had announced it on Saturday. Do we want to announce it to the larger audience? Because it was only on the After Dark show we announced we talked about how we have some big giveaways coming up for the larger audience as a whole, and the Patreons have an exclusive giveaway that's coming up.
Yeah, you can announce that.
Yeah, we didn't announce it to the public last time. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick.
I do want to just I don't know if we mentioned this, so that we do have a 50th episode coming up. We're gonna have a giveaway during our 50th episode. That's right around the corner, folks. And then
it is, unfortunately.
Oz and I started this about a year ago. And so we've got following up with that. We have a 1-year anniversary show, and we're gonna do a giveaway there. And then we have a very special Patreon giveaway too. So this is not, again, we're not. It sounds like we're trying to sell you all on being a Patreon. We're not, but we are saying that if you have a couple bucks to invest in what we're doing, we are careful to try and make sure you feel a little bit special for doing that. So we do have a Patreon giveaway coming up. Oz, what you got over there?
So took a little adventure this past week and met Pixel Dan at Eternia Dream Toy Store in Westminster, Maryland. If y'all are ever just passing through in Maryland and you want to check out one of the most amazing toy stores, this place was loaded top to bottom with all kinds of vintage, modern, everything. It was massive. And while I was there, I picked up this beautiful book we all may recognize here and had the man himself sign it.
There you go.
And it is To the Frenzied. So this is to our Patreons as an exclusive giveaway a signed copy of Pixel Dan's book. And to top it all off, it's going to be a one-of-a-kind exclusive because we will also have our very own Battle Ram blog also sign it,
Yeah.
since he helped write all the little pop-up facts within the book itself, as well as, most of the research that Dan did was from his website.
Yep.
So this is going to be a very one-of-a-kind giveaway. I'll be sending it this weekend all the way up to Adam, and he will be getting that signed, and then we'll be giving it away.
Pretty cool.
Yes, it's awesome.
So yeah, folks, if there's, if you don't have the money to join the Patreon, it's fine, right? Because we're gonna try and we have these other great giveaways too. We're not gonna talk about those because they're pretty spectacular as well. And you just got to watch the shows to be part of those giveaways. So let's jump into it, guys. I'm really excited to jump into this conversation, and I want to make sure we allow Joe plenty of time to talk about this stuff, because, and I want to preface this by saying, having Joe on here is quite a gift, because I first of all, I didn't know about these comic strips that we're going to show. I didn't know about them. I know nothing about them. I read them and I enjoyed them, but I know nothing about them. And I do know that there's a lot to say. So shall we go ahead and jump into it, Joe? What do you think?
Yeah, you could just jump right into it however you want, whatever context, and I can tell you about them, because they are things that most people have not seen. Again, I'm not saying they have never seen it before, but most people haven't. And I remember posting them years ago online on Facebook, and almost anybody that you can think of that has done something in the He-Man community, that has posted in websites and done parts in books, none of them ever seen these until I did it. And these almost were a part of some of the Dark Horse books. They couldn't make the cut just because the context of these comics, since they're three special unique ones, they're not part of the other newspaper comics that were made and in that giant book. These were different. So they almost made the cut, but maybe in the future for another Dark Horse book, possibly this could come with other stuff being released. Maybe, but there's something unique. I just always pack ratted everything from when I was a kid. And when I seen when this came out when I was a kid, I cut it and kept it. And then there was another and another, and they only did 3. And when you're ready, and there's no particular order of because these are not like in a particular order when you read these. They came out in order back then, but from when I was a kid, I honestly couldn't remember which one came out which week. But there were 3 particular dates that each of these came out in. So when you're ready to show them, then I can give context on it.
Cool. I want to know if you remember from where you were able to cut these out of.
They were just they were Sunday. They were Sunday strips, with like Garfield and Peanuts and all that stuff. Just big ones, and I would cut anything. I just would pack rat everything I could get. Now, with these stories, there's a part that you don't see that's blank there, because there was these 3, but then they also had 3 that were released in other states where they kind of rearranged the order of, not rearranged towards in a different thing, but like, how there's like 1 panel at the top, 3 in the middle, 1 at the bottom, and then the Grayskull there. Well, the other one they might have just laid out where there was 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, 2 or 3 at the bottom. Well, with that, there was also extra text. And these comics were released. Okay, first, to get more behind this, DC Comics did do this. So this was DC Comics. Now, this was almost in the same period of, remember, in July of '82, we got the He-Man Superman comic. Mm-hmm. Then these came out August 29th, September 12th, and September 26th. So they were 2 weeks apart every time. And you had to have your entries in by October 31st to have a chance of like having yourself drawn into a comic and winning some prizes. So then after these, then you had you remember the preview comic that came out in every November issue of a DC comic. They had the preview comic for Masters of the Universe. It could have been in Supergirl, it could have been in Superman. It was in all of their November issues. Then December of '82 is when we got, issue 1 of the 3-part series for, the DC comics of Masters of the Universe. So this was kind of like basically, I know these were made at the same time as everything, but this felt like it wasn't more with like what they were doing with the comics that were being released, by DC. This had slightly more of a feel of the early mini comics, to where, Castle Grayskull speaks to them. There is no Prince Adam. There's no Queen Marlena, King Grandor, Cringer. And as you know, those were all introduced in DC comics, not Filmation, because so many people got confused. The people that hate the whole Prince, there's a lot of people that hate Prince Adam. I'm not one of them. A lot of people I hate Filmation because they introduced Prince Adam and Cringer and all that. It's like, no, that was actually DC Comics that did that. That was not Filmation. So these were just stories to, I guess, maybe get people ready for the comics that would be, at the stores that were coming out. And of course, as you know, some things were released even, like a month or two early. They might be dated one thing, but they actually came out a month before or two. You know how comics have always had such a scattered order of release. But these were just weird, unique pieces. And again, almost nobody's seen it. And you even hear about death or kill. It's like some of the phrases and wording in this is stuff that's kind of a little bit shocking, at least for Masters of the Universe, especially in a newspaper thing. But I'll let you go with your because I'd love to hear your first impression, Skele Vader, and everybody's, because it's different. Yeah.
Well, I mean, right away, it's pretty predictable what I'm going to say, but the artwork here is phenomenal and super weird, super wonky. Grayskull is like falling apart there in that last panel. Skeletor in the what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 4th panel, not counting the title panel. He's great. He's scared. He's terrified looking, and the artistry here is right up my alley. It's rough around the edges. It's the designs are raw and young, like they haven't matured yet. The language, even like He-Man is saying stuff that, post Filmation or during Filmation, he would never say. Your petty bursts of energy are not enough to stop me, evil one. Like he would say,
just to let you know, like the context of that, dialogue, that is like stuff like how we got that in the DC comics as well. That type of, that fairy tale language, however you want to refer to it, but that stuff. And also to Alf, no, these were not in the newspaper comic strip book, because these weren't part of those. These were years before those, and it's just, these are 3 separate things. And it was basically, as you see, just a promotion, because there's always a gimmick. When something happened, bam, then they had a little thing that you do, like you see with Castle Grayskull. Find this, do this. Each one has a little thing to do, and you entered the form. But yeah.
I love that I love the mailaways from the 70s and 80s. I love the mail away options. You could win a thing, you could join a contest. You could potentially, and then it's the waiting, right? I mean, the terror of being
it's frustrating, because I used to enter all the time and I would never win a damn thing.
Never win a damn thing. Maybe, and
it's always somebody in California that would win it all the time.
You hope to get something like this, right?
Yeah.
Wait months and months and months and months and months. But I love that here. It's a kind of engagement that we have today. I guess kids today have it, but it's more immediate, right? Because it's either video game or it's digital or social media. You get to, shoot, I entered that Serial Monsters contest with the Cause graffiti artist thing, and I entered the contest. I got an email right away saying you've been entered into the contest, and then just a couple weeks later, I got an email saying that I was one of the winners. I'm probably thousands of winners, but
I should have entered that.
The kind of the terror of waiting and mailing something away and the teaching of how important it is to be patient is something that is I kind of love it. I kind of miss it, and seeing it here in this comic strip it gives me joy.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, anytime I'd have this stuff, I love share. I mean, that's all I've ever done when I would do stuff on Facebook was share everything I could.
Yeah.
You know, when it came to Master Universe, and then there was a lot of rare art, weird kind of advertisements, things like this. I mean, there's other stuff like I'll even show some other thing later, and I couldn't remember if like what sparked this was that comic strip that I posted based on the '87 movie that was in a UK video game magazine.
yeah,
That's
right. Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's so many cool things. It's just like when you think you've seen everything when it comes to Masters of the Universe, it's like, bam, a new thing pops up. There's just so much different stuff, and I just love sharing this. It's like I said, I pack ratted to keep things to myself, but I never wanted to hoard the information or cool things just to myself. I always wanted to share everything I could to everybody, just so that, they can enjoy it and just keep Masters of the Universe alive.
I think that's part of. I think what you're saying there is part of what keeps me engaged with the Masters of the Universe community is that kind of willingness or interest to share information, even if we're sharing like opinions or just critiques or whatever it might be. Like or I found this, and that's such a wonderful aspect of this community. So it's great that you carry on that tradition.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this one? Before I move on to the next one, I did a lot of talking about it too. What do you guys think?
Well, I've never seen. I know Joe's talked to me about these in the past, but I've never seen them. This is the first time I'm seeing them, so I didn't get a chance to read them yet.
Oh yeah.
So, but I do like the art's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the story says yet, but I'll read it whenever you send it to me.
Yeah, and then that's the sorceress down there, of course.
Yeah.
Tila version of the sorceress.
Right.
Essentially it's the sword. Skeletor just doesn't have control over the sword, right? He's trying to get the sword and he doesn't have control over it. It's very simple. The stories on all these are very, very, very simple.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I'll go ahead and move on to the next one then.
Okay.
That's the secret of Castle Grayskull here. There's some violence in this one.
Yeah.
And it's another thing is I like even seeing just a perspective of He-Man entering, Castle Grayskull, and you seeing it like from inside Castle Grayskull, and like just seeing like the teeth, from the perspective of looking. You usually didn't see that view as much as just always looking into Castle Grayskull,
Right.
but seeing from the inside to out. But no, and I like that they had Man-at-Arms in this one too. But every one of these things, it's always on these three comics is basically about Skeletor trying to get in there, get the secrets. He-Man's got to stop him, and then there's a thing that you do to, like again, like I said, to enter. But I like just like the other one, we had the sorceress. This one has Man-at-Arms. I like hearing and seeing again Castle Grayskull again speaking, the spirit of Castle Grayskull, because I used to love that in the the original mini comics.
Right.
That what is this spirit, this entity, and of course we've seen like an image of that before in the 4 mini comics. But it looks just really just desolate and decayed in that first image. It almost looks sad with the face of it. I love the art style, and we could never find out because I tried to research like crazy, and I even Penny Dreadful tried to help me with that. Could not find out who the artist was that did these comics, and damn it, I'd love to find that out. I'm sure someday we will, but I still don't know who did it.
I mean, you have some experience designing T-shirts. I want a T-shirt of "You dare to attack me, feel my power, weakling," like a high-res, image of that on a shirt.
I could do. Yeah, I could do that.
That is gorgeous.
I just like the threats. Like I said, there's a lot of threats that talked about kill, you won't live no more. It's like I said, they were pretty damn violent with this. And of course, as you've seen, early Man-at-Arms, no mustache, because I know a lot of people's first impressions or first times experiencing Man-at-Arms was the Filmation cartoon, seeing the mustache. So when they look back at the toy or they look back at some of the comics, like, why doesn't he have a mustache? It's like, because, he was conceptualized without a mustache at first. And then that came to be in Filmation. And, well, of course, everybody got used to seeing the mustache Man-at-Arms. But, I mean, I'm used to both of them because, like I said, I've seen all this before the cartoon. But, either way works.
Yeah, I like both.
Equally, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both.
Yeah. I love that he's getting shot with the magic beam, and Man-at-Arms like, gah!
Just had a hole blasted through his chest. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you talk about comic strips, in newspapers. They could be violent because I know I have all the Dick Tracy's, and those are really violent. I mean, very, very violent. People on fire, getting shot in the head.
Oh yeah,
all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, getting ripped apart. Yeah, if you read them, they're very violent. They're not jokey or fun. They're fun to read, but I mean, they're not like kiddie stuff. They're actually pretty violent.
Well, if I remember correctly, the Dick Tracy stuff was before the comics code.
Well, that was in the 30s, but that changed in the 30s as well. But it was still violent.
Yeah,
they did change a couple things, but I mean, there was guys who fell into concrete and got buried, and now they're underneath the road. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, guy burning in a car wreck, and he just toasts up. It's awesome stuff.
Send me some. He's like, it's awesome. People are dying, death.
Yeah,
fucking fantastic.
Well, when I started reading them, years ago, I was like kind of shocked that I thought it wasn't going to be this violent, but they were. So
what a twisted son of a bitch! Jesus Christ! Could you send me images of that? I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll send you images.
I love the Man-at-Arms saying "Gaw" immediately makes me think of Charles Bronson for some reason, and now I feel like Charles Bronson may have been the best casting for Man-at-Arms if he had ever been given the opportunity. He wouldn't have, because He-Man didn't exist until after he had passed up his popularity. But Charles Bronson, anybody good at AI art, just type in Charles Bronson Man-at-Arms. I want to see it.
I don't need AI art to do it.
Just cut and paste, right?
I was gonna say, let me go pull up a picture of Charlie Bronson, and I'll see if I can have it done before the episode's out.
Oh, I bet you could.
Okay, I was working on this projects again.
I want to watch some Death Wish now.
Right? All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. I'm going to watch Death Wish.
My other favorite of his is Once Upon a Time in the West. If you guys have seen Once Upon a Time in the West, it's like
no, I haven't seen that.
I believe it's Sergio Leone, so it's an Italian Western, but it's got Henry Fonda and Charles Bronson, and it's really, really good. Masterful. It's weird.
My favorite of his is House of Wax with Vincent Price.
Oh yeah, classic.
Sure, for sure.
He had one of the best the best monologues in Magnificent Seven.
Oh yeah.
Too he had the one where he was talking to the kids, and the kids thought he was the coolest because he's killed people, and then he's like, your parents deal with like a 10-ton boulder of responsibility every day, and I've never been able to do that, and you're calling me a hero, and like when I was a kid listening to that was the first time I got smacked in the face, going like, wow, like that's a heck of a way to put it in perspective.
That's the kind of writing. So we know they're going to try and make another Masters of the Universe movie, and they're probably, apparently, according to IMDb, it's already in post-production.
Yeah.
But I know it's not going to have that kind of writing. That's the kind of writing I want to see in a Masters of the Universe movie. That kind of depth and that kind of intensity of language. Like I want that. I want there to be some seriousness to it.
Yeah,
but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
No.
Yeah. You could just take that dialogue from Magnificent Seven and just apply it to Masters characters.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the next one then. Any other thoughts on this one, guys?
No.
I didn't know that, Bobby. I didn't know that you didn't see these. I would have sent you like some scans to check it out. I didn't know that you didn't see them.
That's fine. I'll see them later on.
Yeah, I'll send them over to you guys. I should have done that beforehand. That would have been smart of me, but of course I'm not very smart. So let's see. All right, the next one. This one's good too. Same scenario.
And I love it. Now we get some Battle Cat action, and you see He-Man take that axe, haul it back, swing it right at Skeletor's fucking head. I mean, he was going for the cut. He was going for the head. You see, he was like, "You think you can kill me that easily?" He was trying to kill him. No games. Like
Totally.
Jesus.
No messing around here. And he's got his trash can shield. So look at the first panel. It looks like he's holding a trash can. There.
Yeah, that's not too flattering. Yeah, but I mean the other angles and perspectives look good. But yeah, that one looks a little. Yeah.
I like it.
Well,
That's what we made shields out of back in the day.
Yeah, right.
That's what my He-Man shield was. It was
That's right.
definitely a trash can lid.
That's right.
But the thing is, because Filmation always made it about the sword, if you were watching Filmation, depending when these were printed, I don't know if they were printed in conjunction at the same time as Filmation, but I almost like the idea that first panel is, here's the battle axe and the shield. They're the co-stars. That's right. He comes with more than one accessory, people.
Yeah.
It is possible that he has weaponry. It's awesome.
I still prefer my He-Man down here is holding his axe. I still prefer the axe. The sword is great, and there's a lot of symbolic weight to it, right? But I love that axe. That axe is one of my favorite accessories ever made. The design is perfect in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, the axe always looks more violent than a sword.
Yeah,
violence.
Yeah, it does. It looks more violent to me than a sword does.
Yeah.
When I think barbarian, I think axes, weaponry of that kind. The sword, again, it's Filmation is what really drove the sword to be He-Man's sword. The idea of it was always that whoever controlled both halves got access to Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
So it was never really supposed to exactly be He-Man's sword necessarily. It was Grayskull's sword. And whoever got both halves could get in there. So I like when we see the early art and stuff where he doesn't have the sword with him all the time.
Absolutely. Because
I
that's
do love the sword.
that's what when I think of it, I always think, because like in the mini comics, he'd always have his axe with him when they had that what Bobby used to have on the wall. That picture was like, there's his axe with him, and it's like I always equated that as it was like a hunting tool, but it could also be used to fight villains.
Yeah.
And then they always had it like Skeletor wanted both halves of the sword, and it's like I had that in my head versus Filmation when it showed up and all of a sudden that's all he had. I was like, I'm lost. What? Like he's got other stuff, and so anytime they do this, I always appreciate it because it feels more balanced for me for some reason.
Yeah.
And Shawn, these were done before Filmation, so these this had but no, it's that was the thing is like I said, this was DC almost done. I'm almost certain it was at the same time as all the other stuff with the Superman, He-Man comic. They go into the 3-part series, but I still think they had something else in mind when they were doing this. Like they kept it more of the 4 original mini comics, at least with the tone to me and just the premise. Because I'm surprised, like you would think that they would have tried to, in one of these, maybe showed a quick thing with Prince Adam and the Cavern of Power or something. But I know these are so quick that, well, maybe they wouldn't have been able to do all that. But I mean, I guess we're getting at least some of the main things. They want to show, okay, you got He-Man, Battle Cat, you got the Sorceress, you got Skeletor, Man-at-Arms. They showed some of the main ones because, admittedly, it would have been nice to have more of the evil warriors, like a panel of maybe Merman or Beastman getting hit or in battle. But I guess they just wanted to get it right to the point. But they were nice. They were nice lead-ins, at least of getting everything. So you can only imagine, like when you're first reading the He-Man Superman comic and you're seeing a Prince Adam for the first time and all this other stuff. It's those stories, and those again, that's a whole different interpretation. We assume Prince Adam, is always just lazy, but we know the whole premise of why he does the dual identity thing.
Yeah.
But in the DC comics, you've seen he was always carousing. He was a ladies' man. He did not take his princely duties seriously. He wanted to just relax and have fun. But when he had to go to the Cavern of Power, there was the Sorceress, and she instantly turned him into He-Man, and of course turned her to Battle Cat. But
that's why I like that era, because you know, I know how many people love Filmation, but Filmation felt like they literally were going, let's do Shazam meets Superman to create a He-Man character.
Yeah.
I like the idea in the originals and in the DC stuff, especially with Prince Adam. I kind of like the idea that he'd be kind of a bore, and he wouldn't have as much depth, and he'd learn that as he goes, as he becomes the hero, and have him be on like a different playing field than Billy Batson or Clark Kent becoming Superman. And it's like him doing that has that ability of showing he still has that responsibility. He wants to help people, but he doesn't mind helping himself first if there's a maiden involved, you know. Or,
he sure doesn't, because that was, you're right. And that was the main
so,
premise. I mean, if you look at those comics, that was always a big focal point. They really pointed out that he wanted to carouse. And also, the cool thing is to see how strong he was before even becoming He-Man, and to show Teela. Remember when they're doing the training and Teela throws a barbell to him like nothing. He grabs it, and Prince Adam turns it into a pretzel. I was like, that wasn't He-Man. That was Prince Adam. So, no, but these are cool. It's just cool little pieces of Masters of the Universe history that really, in a way, are important. They're lost pieces. So that's why I just tried to preserve it and keep it in the best condition as possible. Scan them, share them. These are kind of low res, the ones you're looking at. But, I mean, I do have them scanned in super high res. But it's just stuff I think people need to see.
Did they tell you why they wouldn't put those in the comic strip book?
Well, they said, did I blank out? Am I still here?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay, I thought okay. Well, they said they didn't want to confuse people with the other story, because remember the other stories that went on for years. Remember,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, they said, well, they would wonder, why is this in here? I thought it would have been important just to say, hey, these were the first 3 original newspaper comic strips, even though they have nothing to do with this, you know, the stories that you're reading for the whole book.
Right.
But I thought it would have been an important thing to show people, but they felt like it didn't belong with that, because that was its own complete big story, and it would have been out of place, which I do understand the context. Like this, maybe this could be something for a bonus book in the future of, like, let's say if they show Marvel and DC comics all together, or you know, well, shit, I don't know if I can, because of the Star Marvel stuff. Fuck. Okay, all the DC comic stuff scanned in. This, maybe some golden books. You know, put all these together and just give unique things. Like hell, even beyond that, one story that you've seen a couple weeks ago from this magazine in the UK. Like, I don't know, did you ever see in the Topolino little things? And yeah, what's cool about this one is they did their own version of He-Man and the Power Sword, and inside it's just like pull out, which is, I don't know if you want to zoom, it's kind of in a way like a retelling. You open it up, has the story, and it's even a little more once I pull on this, and on this side it has it too. But the one thing, like beyond cutting a little bit of things here and there, they took Man-at-Arms completely out of it. So Man-at-Arms does not even exist in this story, if you notice, because you could tell the panels if you remember where he was. But I love this kind of stuff where there's just unique things that you've never seen before. And I didn't have the other files. I would have shared them, but I didn't want to just blog down the entire podcast on all that stuff. But you remember Cracked magazine, like how they had Mad Magazine, Cracked. Well, even Cracked did a couple things. They did a thing where there was this masked wrestler, and everybody was wondering who it was, and at the end you found out it was He-Man, and he's trying to make extra money or something to raise money. And then there was one where Mr. T was in there. I don't know if it was Mr. T He-Man. I forgot what they called him. Beautiful. But there was so there's just so many cool gems out there, and to not share that stuff, it's like it's an injustice. You just got to share that with, like I said, the whole community, and let people enjoy that stuff.
I think I think we need a book of those odd things, like the book that showcases the merch, the He-Man appearances in magazines and odd advertisements and all that wonky stuff. We got to have Mattel has to allow us to enjoy every aspect of Masters of the Universe, and that includes those weird advertisements and those the odd merchandise, and I mean,
and hell, even cool posters. I mean, do you remember? Like some things were popping up. Of course, I didn't own this because there was things in other countries, but they had these Battle Snacks posters. And oh, you're welcome, Thanos.
Yeah.
They had these Battle Snacks posters, and on that had all this original art completely just for that. And some were like you'd get these little mini things and you'd like attach it to the poster and it would complete the poster. Some was just a poster in itself where they'd have the Horde, the evil warriors, everybody fighting each other. Of course, we've seen that in a lot of posters already, but I'm just a big sucker for all the art of Masters of the Universe. And that's how I got involved with doing the Art of He-Man book through Dark Horses, because I was sharing this type of stuff. And then they asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, yeah, I'll scan everything I have that's crazy and different. And I love this stuff. I'm trying to research it as much as I can.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I'm really glad that you were willing to come on and share these clips with us, because I had never seen them before, and I'm one of those people that wants to see all the weird stuff. I want to see.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see everything, and I'm also, and that's part of what, when, for those that watch Toy Frenzy, that a while back we had JOE AMATO on before, and Motu Joe joined us for that conversation, and seeing all of the merchandise that Motu Joe has in his collection, hearing JOE AMATO talk about all of his knowledge on this stuff, it makes me feel like there's an opportunity for Dark Horse to compile all those bits and bobs and
oh, they definitely could. I mean, like I said, the amount of books that they could still do.
Yeah.
Whether it's from, like we said, the Star Marvel stuff, the DC comics, along with all the Golden books. And, there's plenty of those from the soft cover, the hard cover, cover ones, the Masters of the Universe magazines, to where people can see the stuff that was in there that had their original comics. There's those, the UK stuff. I mean, it absolutely is endless. And while it is old, it's still new to other people who've never seen it. I mean, there's so many things that people haven't seen. And the rare art and the weird pieces and just merchandise, but anything. There's just so much stuff. And hopefully they will do that someday, because I know that people eat those types of books up.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
It's such beautiful art too. It's every little thing, that whether it be a tablecloth or an alarm clock or a toothbrush, like they're beautiful pieces. They're made by somebody. They're made by,
like shit. I thought I had some stuff. Damn, I don't know where I put it, because there was some things I had I could have showed, but I couldn't remember where I put those some bitches. Shit. Never mind. Damn.
I sometimes I go scrolling through eBay. I'm like looking for that merch stuff, and I have to stop myself, because I have to really figure out what is this. Where is the limit for me, right?
Yeah, right.
But some of that stuff's really, really difficult to avoid.
That's what I was doing after I got all the toys and everything from the vintage stuff. I was getting all the Golden books and all that, and I was like, so now what do I do? But I'm like, well, maybe I won't get anything else, because I think that's pretty much all I want.
Yeah,
I don't need toothbrushes or clocks or anything like that. Bedspreads.
I have my favorite one. My favorite one right here. I did splurge to get this. Splurging is ridiculous because it was really affordable, but
Sunbird Legacy.
Sunbird,
That's a great one.
Yeah,
that is the greatest damn Masters of the Universe story. If you guys have not read that, that is the longest, the biggest, and greatest story you can read. And also, the first time you do see He-Man kill something. People have always questioned, has He-Man killed anything? It's like, he cut a fucking snake's head off in that right there. If you find that panel and you see the blood squirting, it's like, yeah, he killed something. He definitely killed something.
That's definitely a good one.
I mean, look at this. I mean, the artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that.
You'll see it'll be at a top panel. You definitely won't be able to miss it. If you do a quick flip, you'll see that. And he decapitates that snake, blood squirting everywhere. It's like, yeah, He-Man's killed some stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clean cut. Blood everywhere. But damn, is that a good story. You guys have to get that.
This should be a movie, really. This
Could
should
be
a movie.
No, to me, it was perfection. There's that is absolute perfection. That's one of my favorite stories.
And it's got a great
And it's-
cover too.
Oh yeah, beautiful art. Yeah.
The artwork's amazing. Earl Norham.
Yep.
You guys ever see thinking of other weird merchandise or art? Do you remember the little mini gumball figures that you get of Masters of the Universe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember? And I have both headers of them. Do you remember what they called them? Because I posted it before, so you guys might remember. Do you remember what they called those when you'd buy them? You know, in the gumball machine.
No.
They were actually warriors of the universe, and they had And what they did was they had this weird, like it was an actual human being, like with fire around them, and then you'd see all the Masters of the Universe characters. They didn't say their names though, like with the art that we're familiar with, and then you get them. But then they drew up a unique piece of art, which it's over here. I'll grab it, but it's kind of funny. But hold on one second.
Is that Joe and I are both getting stuff?
I know.
Is that what this is?
Joe left for a second. That's
I
close.
think those
Maybe.
are, yeah.
Is that
Because when I was a kid, I had a blue one that was He-Man, and he was holding the axe
Right.
across both.
Oh
hands.
yeah, those are all awesome. Those
Is it-
are great.
Is this the same?
Those are them, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
they're all the same. They all came in one solid color, and there would be random colors. And I even
Right.
painted. That's weird. You showing yours, like, you show me yours, I'm gonna show you mine. Hold on.
Ooh.
Oh, I
Let's
have
not
a.
get racy here.
Grayskull after dark. Or Snake Mountain after dark.
I was gonna say you just ripped off. You changed this.
No, I didn't.
Two shows:
I just
Grayskull After
got
Dark
my-
and Snake Mountain.
I got
After
my
Dark.
locations wrong. So if you GPS Grayskull, GPS Snake Mountain, go there. That's the after party. Do that.
That's
I'll
right.
I'll show a couple of them, but yep, got the clear stratos. I
Yeah.
painted up that little bastard. So I did that on mine. I had to
That's
paint
the
him
one
up
you
like,
sleep with. Right?
yeah. So you can see this little shit thing here. There he is. But hey, you showed your Beastman. Here's a Beastman I did, and this was a long time ago. But I didn't do up Faker, so Faker's pretty cool. That, by the way, that it's Faker. It's not He-Man, so that's cool. And then I did a Skeletor, and then of course I got Teal. And there's more over there. I didn't want to grab them all. But now see, you're showing that. Now see, this is one of the cards they had. Was this one? This Warriors of the Universe.
Oh yeah.
And you see, and it has the actual that art we know. So that's that. But this is the one I love the most. I was like, damn it, I feel like making customs of these two bastards. Look at their version of He-Man and Skeletor.
Oh, that's so.
How cool is that? So these were the headers that were in the gumball machine. Because remember, they would have like one at the top and one like behind figures. It was like a double header. So when I seen this on eBay, I was like, holy shit. You know, I was like, I remember those. So that is the coolest thing. So I might have to make these two suckers here. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Basically, that armor is like He-Man just goes to Ram Man. Hey, dude, can I cosplay as you for a second? Somebody wants to take a picture.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Can we see that Skeletor again, Joe?
Yeah. Hold on. I know you love Skelly, so here you go.
Oh, bring him there. Yeah. Oh, that Skeletor is gorgeous, man.
Isn't that cool? I'll even get it
Pink and the
closer.
Green, and look at the little skull emblem on his shirt.
Little skull
Like
emblem.
the Green Goblin or something.
Yeah, it's like Green Goblin.
Yeah.
He's got a unique sword too. Well, they both do, but they both got a unique sword, different kind of color. But that's some cool shit.
That's beautiful.
Look at Castle Gold Skull back there. How fucking cool is that?
They're doing a rave
With
in there.
unicorns.
Yeah.
It's a unicorn rave happening in there right
It's
now.
totally
Crazy shit going on.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots.
But man, this is just like I said, this is the shit I love is this type of stuff are all those unique pieces that you rarely ever see anywhere. It's like, how can you not love that stuff?
I'm just glowing right now. This is making my day. This is so awesome.
Yep. I'll turn them. We got to figure out names for these bastards, though. They can't have, obviously, He-Man and Skeletor.
No.
I don't know what you think. Let me put it up. Let's see.
Yeah.
What kind of names would you give these two guys?
Yeah,
Just
let's
looking at them.
Everybody name the Skeletor and the He-Man.
Oh man.
He-Man looks like he's
Kind of like a freak.
something.
Yeah.
He looks kind of like a mix of like Captain Power too, a little bit like that weird Mattel toy that never really took off.
Yeah.
He belongs on Rollerball or something.
The Skeletor almost looks like there was a Marvel comic spoof that happened. This is like more recent years, and it kind of looks like that coloration.
Boogertor.
We got Brushstroke saying Skelegoblin. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm curious what the chat thinks of all of them too.
Yeah, the colors are like Annihilus. That's true.
Yeah. Rick looks like Annihilus. Come on, folks. Let's see your name for the He-Man and your name for the Skeletor.
Considering how easy that, like I said, He-Man, it just is like, that's He-Man just wearing Ram Man's helmet. I'd just call him Warrior and be done with it.
Warrior?
Warrior.
Well, you do have Warriors of the Universe, so he
right
could
there,
be Warrior.
Allison, she got it right there. So.
Skele, you take the chat.
Sorry, Oz. We're always fighting over the chat.
I know, you guys, Jesus.
All right, Oz, you take over. I won't do that anymore.
No, by all means. I'm still trying to put Charlie Bronson's face on Man at Arms.
Charlie Brown.
I put
Charlie Brown.
He's like a maniac right now.
What would
that blue is awful.
That blue is awful.
Definitely does not work with the green.
No, it's weird.
I have a feeling his trunks would be green too, because look at the center of the helmet with green and the green on that part of the sword. I bet his trunks would be green.
Yeah,
definitely.
Eberg. That's awesome.
It's like they broadcasted Laserlight He-Man with that. Just the blue and all that and the armor. Just makes me think of it.
That's
a hard name for him, yeah. But definitely when I do it, and I'll put him on a card back, I'll put it on a Warriors of the Universe card back too. So it has to be an homage, but that'd be some cool shit.
Thanks, Thanos. He says he likes He-Maniac. I appreciate that.
He looks so happy to murder somebody. Look at that face. He's getting ready to fucking kill everybody. That's a twisted look. He's got killer eyes there. Those are killer eyes.
He actually reminds me of Homelander in The Boys with that look. It's like that's his look when he's in front of the public until somebody does something wrong, and then you see the switch get flipped right there, and it's like, oh, this isn't good.
I offered up Skloblin.
Skloblin.
That sounds something like from Jim Henson.
I know.
What about like Plagueulus?
What's that G.I. Joe character? Globulus?
Globulus, yeah.
I was thinking of. Actually, Globulus would be a good name for that Skeletor.
I'll call him Plagueulus.
Plagueulus? Ooh, that's
instead of Plagueis, like Darth Plagueis, just Plagueulus.
Plagueulus.
I'm gonna see if I could find that that one Battle Snacks thing, and I'll send it to you, Skele, in Facebook. And then if you want to share it, because it is a cool poster. It really is.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me see. Just give me about 30 seconds or 40. You know how I always take fucking forever going through my stuff.
Gobbletor. That's Gobbletor. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Gobbletor.
It sounds. I was gonna say it sounds more like a turkey.
It's hard to say. Gobbletor. Gobbletor.
He has his battle cry is
you ride the big turkey instead of battle cat.
Here's one of them, Skele. Just send it to you, and then if you want to pop it up, because there's a couple, but this one I always thought was pretty damn cool. I have been searching for this, but I can't find it. I know these damn things are expensive. And when I went to, what's even stranger is this one I'm sharing a picture of. I went to Google, and for some reason, I can't fucking even find it on Google. And, of course, it seems like they never have these on sale on eBay. I went to sold items, but I typed in Battle Snacks He-Man poster, and the one you're going to show does not come up. And it's like, well, how the hell did I get the image? I mean, I've had it for a while, but this is something I've been searching for. There's so many damn cool pieces that they've done in other countries.
Amazing. All right, let me get it ready to show here. This is really cool.
And it's a different angle. I would have loved a straight on angle so I could clean it up, because I love in Photoshop cleaning out lines, doing the resolution, redoing stuff, and making it perfect. But this one's at you'll see it's at a strange angle.
That's all right. That's okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I love shit like this.
Oh, this is beautiful. Sorry, it takes me a while to do this.
I would say we're waiting here, man.
Yes. All right.
And it
Bobby,
came in
entertain the
sections to
crowd.
let you know it was in sections how this was. So that's why you'll see things looking crooked, is you had to piece these together, I guess, some of these Battle Snacks things.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's uploading right now. That's so cool.
Yeah, watch when you make it big, it's just
Wow.
Let's see. How do I make it bigger? Trying to make it bigger.
I hear if you play with it a little.
That's what I was about to say. You play with it.
Oh man. Yeah, that is beautiful. That is gorgeous.
yeah, there's just so much shit going on. You got, Roboto, Mantenna, Leech getting smashed back by Bashosaurus. It's like, and that Castle Grayskull looks creepier and shit. That's a good
Spydor,
Castle
too.
That's
Grayskull.
a really big Castle Grayskull. Is that Moss Man on the Bashosaurus?
Yeah, it's Mossman on Bashosaurus. You got Too Bad on Spydor. Hordak's in the background. It's like, I
Yeah, the
can't
whole
tell
fright
who's.
zone.
Yeah, I mean, the fright zone is a little bizarre looking, but the one thing I can't tell is who's on Landshark. I thought it was Cobra Khan, but I can't fucking tell who's on Landshark. It looks green, but shit.
I'm also noticing.
It's
What's
hard
that?
to tell. I'm zooming in on. I can't see it. I can't even see it on my end from the image that you sent me. But yeah, I can't tell. It almost looks like somebody's. It almost looks like. I can't tell.
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing my old man thing, and I'm actually picking up my laptop and moving it closer so I can see the image better.
Yeah, it drives me fucking bananas. I really think it's Cobra Khan, but like when I tried to zoom, same thing. I can't really zoom in too much on it.
Yeah.
It gets too pixelated.
Almost looks like they started to paint Cobra Khan in there, but they never finished him or something, and then they just decided to use green for the inside shading of that right hand laser gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really hard to tell. This is awesome. I mean, Grizzlor needs to chill.
But look at his perfect hair.
That's a nice hair.
Yeah, good hair.
Yeah, I wish I could get like all the sections of this, piece it together perfectly, scan it, and make a nice high-res image. I'd love to clean the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Right. But why is Hordak so giant on top of the fright zone?
it's the perspective's weird. And if you notice, if you zoom in on that, he's got a power sword. So you see He-Man with one, Skeletor, and Hordak.
He does. It's true.
But He-Man still wins because he's got a round of caps in his shield. So whenever somebody strikes him,
yeah, he's got them. He's got those caps ready. Yeah,
He's
these are
showing
the
his
things
ass
that I
off.
just.
Chunks
front and
looking
center. Look at
cheeky.
my ass. You know,
I know.
this-
I'd have to be right in the exact center of this thing. Yeah.
I'd really love a better image of that Castle Grayskull too, because there's a
Right.
lot of those things they've showed before. Where you've seen some, like, do you remember I think it was another thing I shared a long time ago. The Golden Books had an advertisement picture of like kids reading a story, and in the background, then you see like Buzz Off, Castle Grayskull, and you see a lot of the characters. And Castle Grayskull has the most unique, strangest design. And I want to look, if you don't mind, I'm going to try to look through my stuff, see if I have that image, because I love that piece, because it is the most unique Castle Grayskull, because it looks like they tried to really go off on their own with it. Sometimes, like there's some they've done that look weird, or it's supposed to look just like we know, but this one just had everything that's different. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. If not, then I just wasted everybody's fucking time.
It's all right.
Oh wait, I did find that fucking thing, and I had to make a lower resolution because it was such a high res one that there's no way I'd be able to send the file to you. So let me just give me a couple seconds, and I'll send this one to you, Skelly.
Cool. And now, did you mention this earlier when you were describing everything in the image that Too Bad has Modulok in the mouth of the Spydor?
No, I did not mention that. No. Isn't that weird? The two-headed characters are right there.
Yeah,
Some
right.
bullshit. Modulok won't be getting grabbed like that. I call bullshit on it. All right, let me get you.
I like to see them two get up in front of each other and yell at each other like a coach in an empire. You know, just all four heads just going right at it. God, that'd be hilarious.
And yeah, I think brushstroke, that is a Snake Mountain back there.
Oh yeah, that's Snake Mountain back there. Yeah, it's like, God, you barely fucking see it though, but it's there. But now this one, I don't know how much you'll be able to zoom in on, but trust me, like just the tops of Grayskull and everything else that's in the image I'm sending now, it is very, very unique. But I don't know how much you'll be able to zoom in. But everybody is like looks badass in this piece that you're about to see. And again, this is another artist. I don't know who did it. And I used to research to find out so many artists that a lot of people didn't know the names of. But this is one I can't find. But yeah, I think everybody
because
like
they were just contracted to do all that stuff and then they just never had the credits.
Yeah, it's like I forgot how that shit went with how some didn't. But you notice how some artists were sneaking their names in there. Not like how Earl Norm, you'd see that. There were some artists that did a really deceptive way. And you know, there's like artists like Flora Deary, you know, that's done stuff for Transformers. People forgot that he did stuff for Masters of the Universe. And I remember sharing some of that. They were like, what the fuck? Flora Deary did He-Man art? It's just so fucking cool, all the stuff that's out there. Jim Steranko, like he did stuff like for the Nestle Quick art. Remember on the can of Nestle Quick?
Mm-hmm.
He did the art on the back, and he did a big poster. And I think one of you guys has that giant poster, right?
Of what?
Well, here, let me get this one. It's a Jim Steranko piece. I've been trying to get a good frame. I want to get the perfect frame for this, but hold on. This is a fucking awesome piece of Masters of the Universe art. And this is Jim Steranko did this. I don't even know if I could get this all in frame, but
oh yeah, I got those.
Yeah, you got this, right?
A bunch of those, yeah.
Yeah, this is just fucking incredible. I love this. I love this piece. That's just goddamn. I got to get a perfect frame for that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be curious. I know you guys have seen this Golden Book ad that will pop up in a second, but that Castle Grayskull, I wish it could be zoomed in on. We'll have to see if we can get zoomed in. Oh, you can make me small again.
I was gonna say you're looking cute there, man.
Oh, really? Yeah, like that shit.
All right, that's
that's
the best I could do in this short amount of time.
Oh shit! It won't zoom. Okay, it can't zoom in. Fuck. Well, shit. Well, either way, it is different. That Castle Grayskull, God damn it! I thought I had a zoomed piece of that somewhere.
It's gorgeous. I mean, people can, you know, I'm sure they can screenshot this and zoom in, but
yes.
I think
Kelly, can you send it to me?
Yeah.
Wait, who can? Oh yeah, send it to him. Yeah, zoom that son of a bitch in.
I'm gonna send it to Oz. He might be able to figure something out here.
Oh, I got it. I know how to do it.
You know how to do.
I was trying to see if I.
Oz is our saving grace. Here we go.
While I'm waiting for that to come through, let me just go ahead and try to share this.
All right, I sent it your way.
All right, once I receive that, I'll share it. But there you go,
Oh.
Charlie Bronson.
Oh jeez.
You did it. That's amazing.
I was gonna kill the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Skeletor, the Horde, Snake Men, they've all crossed the line.
Done. Dunzos.
All right, now let me open this up.
And Skelly, I'll send you one more thing. I don't think anybody's ever scanned this big fucking box, but I scanned this thing, and this is. I'll get it to you. I love this because even something as simple as what you're going to see here, I love how they drew what you're about to see, and it wasn't just people. And you'll understand the context when I give it to you. I love that this was drawn and not people, real people. And you'll see what I mean by it. And when you share it, you'll understand the context.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just love it. I was like, that's so fucking awesome that they drew that. And then,
it is great.
yeah, and even the figures that you see at the bottom, those are drawn. So that's even unique. But I was like, man, they had a way of advertising shit. That's why I said this is stuff that all belongs. Like when we're talking about in a book, all this stuff. It's like, holy hell. People just, they eat that shit up. Because remember, that's the art is what brought us into Masters of the Universe just as much as the figures. We were obsessed on the art. That drew us right in. Let's see.
I sent you that image too that Joe just sent me, so you got that over there too.
Good. Let's hope it keeps zooming in more and more.
Let me also do this.
I mean, it gets pretty pixelated to a point.
Yeah, sorry.
Like this is
this is the low res because I couldn't send the high res. But you see, there is so much difference to the parts of the parapets and that, like, even on the front of Grayskull, it's not like showing it much, but like it's crowned off and horned. It's different. It's really bizarre. And even look how wicked Buzz-Off looks too. Buzz-Off looks scarier than shit.
Yeah. This almost looks like a piece of art of somebody who got told what it's supposed to look like, but they didn't know exactly, and it worked in the better way compared to maybe what someone else might have done. Because it's like the stuff is almost there, but it's like not quite, and I'm actually enjoying seeing it. It's almost like here's where the timeline took a bend here. And this is that version of Masters for some other kids out there, and we got the other version, but it's still fun to see this.
Roboto is doing his Saturday Night Fever dance.
Right?
He's doing punching you in the dance. He's punching and he's doing everything. Yeah.
Cyclone, I was going to say, Cyclone looks like he's about to jump off the side of the screen like the Mask.
Totally.
He is zooming though. You could tell, you could feel the force and energy of his movements. Like he was just ready to twist and just knock the shit out of somebody or something. Or just move. I love it. I love this art. This is such a cool piece.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I
agree. I think that one's phenomenal too. All right, let me go ahead and get that last one open. I thought I had already downloaded it. Where'd it go?
Yeah, I was like, I never seen anybody scan this fucking thing that you're about to see, so that's why I thought it'd be cool to share.
Yeah, Brick something says, I like Tila's hair. Yeah, Tila's hair looks great in that picture.
Yeah, she looked tough in that one.
Yep.
They all look badass.
Yep.
Okay.
Anna says Spider looks cool too. Yeah.
That should have been like the poster for the movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Totally. The movie should have looked like that. I know. Uh-oh. There we go.
It's cool. I love that it wasn't real kids. They didn't use the real kids, real toys. They actually drew them, and hopefully, if it could get zoomed, it just looks. It is some cool art. I just like I said.
It looks like they hired Norman Rockwell to do this.
Yeah,
it does.
I was thinking that same thing. It was a Norman Rockwell Masters of the Universe
on the cover of Saturday Morning Post.
I love how this is supposed to say easy assembly up here. It's a freaking like cardboard box pop-up tent. Like it doesn't get much easier.
Right. Snap together, plastic frame, disassembles for storage, like nice and quick.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
Yeah. This is, like I said, if they were able to do other books and unique and different art, I know this would be a hot seller. All their other ones have sold well, so we embrace this. We want to see all this type of stuff because a lot of this stuff has been lost throughout time, you know? Yeah, take any of the stuff if you want. You take all this stuff. I can send you guys more. Share it all. And like I say, because I've shared all this on my wall before, every bit of it. But I can always send that. And like I said, just share it through the community so people can enjoy this.
We will, Joe. And Thanos, we will. We'll send that. We'll send a bunch of pictures into the Discord for the Patreons.
Yep.
And also we're just gonna post stuff to Instagram and stuff like that. This is great.
Good. And I was gonna say now, Skele, I know you guys usually go longer. I'm gonna have to be doing something here in a couple minutes, but because I'd hate to cut it short. I know you guys will still keep going. But I did want to say thank you for having me on, and I appreciate you, like promoting Fans of Power podcast, my customs. Before I go, did you want to show the one custom you said you got a kick out of? That shocked me. I was like, what?
I'm a big fan of what Joe does, folks. So, we got to say this. Like we mentioned it briefly at the beginning, and you mentioned it just now, but you should all be listening to the Fans of Power podcast. It's great. And also check out Joe's customs. This is one in particular that I just keep looking at and keep looking at. But
it shocks me.
This is beautiful. This makes me so happy in so many ways, Joe. So thank you for putting this out there into the universe. I absolutely love it.
I appreciate it. No problem. That just it made me laugh when you shared it. I was like, I got a kick out of Gizmo because I did Stripe, but I know that everybody said you really love Gizmo. So
I love all the Gremlins, but man, this guy's gorgeous. There's something about like it makes sense Stripe to have it makes sense for Stripe to have muscles, but for me, it makes no sense for Gizmo to have muscles.
Right.
And so it makes this one so special.
Yeah,
love it.
And that's me. I've done so many crossover customs. Like I said, things that really, like you said, aren't supposed to make sense, but they're fun. They're weird things. If it makes somebody happy, then that makes me happy.
Yeah. Joe makes great stuff, folks. You should all be checking out his stuff. You can
appreciate it.
Where can people find you, Joe?
Well, they can find me on Facebook, Joe Amato Custom Creations, or just Joe Amato, and you're going to see you're going to find it because you'll know me and you'll see the custom stuff. And on Instagram and Twitter, just look up Joe Amato Customs and you can find me there as well. I guess that's the simplest way.
Yeah. And again, he said it perfectly right, which is you're scrolling, you run into Joe, you'll know you run into Joe.
Yeah, you'll know.
Yeah.
It's me or the fucking race car driver that's ruined the algorithms on Google because that bastard, if you type in Joe Amato, it's going to bring him up. But if you type in Joe Amato Customs on Google, then you see me. That's all I got growing up. You related to the race car driver? It's like, no, I'm not fucking related to the race car driver. But that's what, God damn it, he's ruined Joe Amato for the Google search. So you have to add custom on Google search. Yeah. Bastards.
Well, thank you, Joe Amato. We really appreciate you being here, and we totally understand you having to go. But man, we'll do this again. We'll do this again soon.
Yep. Thanks for having me on. You guys all have a powerful day, and
you too.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right. See you, Joe.
See you, Joe.
It's always great to have Joe on, man.
I agree.
He's got a lot. He's got a lot of knowledge of those things.
Yeah, he does. He does.
One of the things I like about this community that has gone on for so long, and Skelly, you and I were talking about this earlier, is that here it is 40 years later, and we're still finding out about new stuff that somebody else had back then.
I mean, I know there are probably folks out there that are like, yeah, I know about all that. But I just don't know about that stuff. And so every chance I get to know more from me personally, and every time I discover something, and if it's wonky, then I know what you're doing, Bob.
I just noticed you flipped it again.
If it's wonky, then I just love it even more. I mean, it's just something that I can't get over. I gotta know all this stuff. You know what? Listen, I gotta say, no, I don't think we watch other shows. I don't see people messing around with the screens like this. We get off on this. This is so much fun.
That's what it's supposed to be, right? We're all supposed to be having fun and having a good time.
Well, I'm not the host, so I shouldn't be in the top.
You're a host.
But I'm not the main host. I'm just the asshole that sits there and makes fun of everything.
No main host here.
Then you could go up there.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And now you're back.
All along.
Oh man.
I was just about to do a whole mix-up. So
how could you? Oh, we should. I wish we could we're just minutes away, really, from being able to just mix up our heads too and keep our bodies the same.
Give me a minute.
I'll see what we do right now.
No, I couldn't do it for a moving image. That we might have to see if Radical Toy knows how to do. I can only do it for still images.
You all should be watching Radical Toy's channel because he's able to figure out that stuff. I have no idea. He must work in the industry or something, in the entertainment industry, because I have no idea how to do that stuff. It's so cool.
He's designed all those wonderful puppets that he uses for his channel, and I just think it's the coolest thing watching it.
It's so much fun, man. So I don't know, of all those things that he showed, what would you want a t-shirt made out of?
I mean, honestly, I want wall prints, all the other stuff. So
Yeah.
if I got a T-shirt, it would definitely have to have he Gizmo on there.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. That would be good.
Macro.
Uh-huh. I really do think I need a T-shirt that says "You dare to attack me, feel my power, weakling."
Yeah, that would be a good one. I'm with you on that one.
I mean, look at his face there. That's
Yeah.
straight up creep show, man. That's so cool.
Or
Like
that
that's
or the one where he gets his the axe on his head.
Yes, yeah, totally.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when he
want
mentioned
that
that
one.
to me a while back about these, and we were talking about them, but I just couldn't visualize what they looked like because I'd never seen them before. But it's good
Yeah.
to finally get to see what he was talking about.
Yeah. We'll post all these folks on the Discord and post some of them on our social media too, so you can get a glimpse of them.
Oh, I got to do something now.
Yup.
Do something too. Mark Taylor would have lived. The Unknown stuff would have come out this year, maybe Pop Actor. But yeah, all the weird stuff. We got to see a book like a merch book. I think it would be great, a merch book or advertisements or
Yeah, people like that because then they use that as like a guide to go out and actually purchase that stuff. You
Of
know,
course,
it's like
yeah.
legitimate, like this is an actual item I need to buy now instead of
Mhm.
hearing rumors or seeing it, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
You hear a rumor with no confirmation of it. You're out there looking around like an asshole trying to find something.
Well, it's like Motu Joe said that one day where like a lot of that new stuff is coming up, but it's not actual Mattel produced or something, and he wouldn't buy it. So it's nice to actually have a legitimate source of all that stuff. I know he has like the old magazines and things like that, those books, but yeah.
Do any of you guys have any of the strange merch from back in the day, like vintage?
I do not. No, I do not.
I did, but I don't have it anymore. One of my favorite pieces that I ever had was there was an inflatable battle cat,
Oh,
and
Yes.
that one meant the world to me because I already had I had the power sword and the shield from the dress up kits that they used to make, or the whatever they were called, I had those. My mom even made me like the harness out of like some old clothes that she had that she was willing to work with, a gray sweatshirt kind of thing.
Yep.
And we had we found the battle cat at Toys R Us the one day, brought it home, and it killed me because my parents only blew it up once.
mhm.
Because my parents were like, yeah, we're not doing that again. After they did it the first time, they're like, I'm not blowing this thing up again. They're like, you can have it the rest of the day and it can be in your room and do what you want, and you can play He-Man all you want, but once we deflate it, we will never do this again. I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't like you could not put a bicycle pump to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But my parents legit went like, and we're just doing it that way, and I'm pretty sure like they got lightheaded and they're like, no. So, but that was one of my absolute favorites out of everything.
That's expensive now.
Yeah, and the other thing I had was the toothbrush too.
Cool.
Yeah.
That whole kit, and I kept trying to rip He-Man off of it because I just couldn't believe that I was like, he just looks so cool. I need this He-Man. I kept trying to rip the thing off, and now it's like that thing goes for some money, and I couldn't even tell you what happened to mine either. So
Nolan says he used to have the Underoos. That's awesome. I remember seeing those out there.
I had Underoos, but I had a modern pair of Skeletor.
well, there you go.
But I did. It was,
I think
but the shirt was cool because it was just the body of Skeletor.
Yeah, I think they were selling it like fries or something.
Yeah, and I got one, and then I'm walking around.
That's cool. Hey, I'd wear that T-shirt, and I'd wear it everywhere. I would.
Yeah, that inflatable Battle Cat, I saw that down in a Phoenix toy shop not too long ago. Probably last year, I should say. It was like $400 and something for that.
Yeah, well, the vinyl doesn't last, man.
No.
So,
it had the box too. I mean, it was the whole thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it came with the box and all that. Yeah,
It
wasn't just a toy. Yeah, that's why I saw it, because I saw the big box. I'm like, oh crap, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's awesome. Was it Danny that says he had the? Did you already post it up there? He had the bubble baths. That's awesome. Those bottles.
Yeah, a lot of people collect those bottles. Yeah.
Stationary. I mean, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, like people like, you go out and you can find the toys, but trying to find that other stuff is way harder to do.
Yeah. Or
'cause-
good condition or something.
right. Again, like last time we had both of the Joes on and talking about that pop-up tent.
Yeah.
You can't find any of those. Like you can find pieces of them maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but just like with the inflatables, that vinyl stuff doesn't last, and they made all kinds of stuff out of the vinyl back then.
Mm-hmm.
There were all kinds of little different sets and things, and that stuff's gone. You're not going to find it complete anymore.
Yeah.
What's cool though to me about it is, like, even just looking at those newspaper strips tonight, like I felt like I got to go and visit my childhood. Only it's like, here's a room you never found in the old house you grew up in, because it's like it felt just like home. But then there is that, like, but this is something you never got to see before. But what I love is, especially like any of the 80s properties, pretty much, there's always that feeling of, when you discover something new about it that you didn't know was at the same time as when you loved it so much when you were a kid, and then you see it that way, and then it's like it just makes you start rabbit holing. And the best thing is, it makes you happier to know that there's something that you don't remember, or there's something you didn't have, but here it is. I mean, that there's nothing better than that feeling, if you ask me.
That happens to me. So the Dark Horse books are great, like the Art of He-Man, the universe, and the Power and Honor Foundation book. Like I look through those, and almost every single time I discover something new or I rediscover something,
Sure,
it's that same feeling. And that's so it's different than scrolling, honestly. Like looking at the images here, stationary on the screen, we're all talking about them. You can have that experience, but I don't know. I like the idea of being able to. Maybe I'm stuck on this. I don't know why I'm stuck on this, but we need it in book form. I'm saying it repeatedly, trying to make it happen. I think is what's going on.
I think.
Well, it's good to have everything all in one spot.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too, like growing up in that era, our generation really got programmed with those catalogs, the Wish book catalogs, and like anytime the Sears one would come in the fall, like it was like I took a whole day just to go through that thing and see all the stuff. So it's almost like you get that again with these books in that way. And it might not be available for Christmas, but it's like the excitement you got seeing those, and then the excitement you get seeing the other books with the compilations. It's like, we're programmed for it compared to scrolling, because we're not that generation, even though we're in it.
Yeah, right. Even though we scroll, I mean,
absolutely.
It's. I was just telling Oz and I were talking a little bit before we started today, and it's almost exhausting for somebody my age to be to feel like I have to keep up in the social media realm, and the scrolling. I feel like it's hard for me to even keep up on Masters of the Universe material these days, like announcements. So many enthusiasts out there posting pictures of their figures, and I want to see every single one of those pictures. And it's really exhausting for me. Whereas I feel like our kids can do that and just be happy, happy with that rate of information. You're right, Shawn. I think we were just because we were raised in a different era. It's a different type of information gathering that we're used to. So Dark Horse. Let's see that book. So folks can just sort of casually go through it. I mean, I honestly think it would also be amazing if Dark Horse put out a fan art book, because there's so much, like there's Joe's customs, people, all kinds of people doing customs, but also illustrative work too. You know, there's so much great fan art.
That would cost them a lot of money because they'd have to give them,
Yeah,
you know,
It's
all the
not
artists
possible.
want a cut.
It definitely won't happen, but man,
Yeah.
it would be cool. Or an exhibit or something, and just
Yeah.
invite a bunch of fans to exhibit their work. I mean, how cool would that be?
Yep.
Pipe dreams, folks.
It is.
Now we've entered the pipe dream segment of Toy.
got plenty of those.
Plenty of them.
So Bud sent this over since we're talking about the weird, strange He-Man
The
merch.
fuck is that?
That's his pillow.
That is a He-Man body pillow and a
That's-
She-Ra body pillow.
Well, does he still have them? Apparently, yeah.
Are those
So-
new or is that something that's like old, like vintage stuff?
I'm not even sure. It could.
That's
I mean,
cute.
it
That
looks
looks vintage.
very, very vintage styled with like filmation almost.
That's
Actually, it
pretty-
looks more like the toy.
Hmm.
the
Yeah,
sword.
Bud, that's cool, man. If you do you still have those? Oh no, I don't still have them. Oh, I'm sorry, man. They're really cool. Though. It's good to have pictures of them. That's awesome.
Yeah. He had those when he was 3. Jesus.
That's cool.
I don't remember ever seeing those.
Me neither.
Yeah.
All these new discoveries tonight. It's like this part of what, like, part of why this is such a great. There's so much content made for us. Whether it be just to sell it to us and exploit us as fans.
Yeah, right.
But there is still, and there has been, just so much cool.
I don't know if you want to find some used body pillow with people's images on them.
Allison. So Allison, what I did, the family and I were going. We went to the coast not too long ago, and we went to an antique store, and they had a Ronald McDonald stuffy, you know, the one, and no matter how much I am interested in a character, an old stuffy it kind of just freaks me out a little bit. I'm afraid to wash it because it might fall apart. And at the same time, and also I don't know how many like little creatures are living inside of there. It just freaks me out a little bit.
DNA.
What is that stain? You know, where did the stain come from?
Yeah.
Wait, and yeah, not to really go down the deep, but yeah, I could use the Tila body pillow, and then it's like, well, where did that stain come from? Oh.
You know, you won't have that problem with Ronald McDonald, but
No, you won't.
Right,
It's probably
You
never
don't
know.
know that.
I say you never know.
There's some weird people out there,
I
man.
don't know about people's interests. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's Pop Actor. I got to send you the old vintage creepy commercial. Now, listen, if you send me something I haven't seen yet, because last month I went down the rabbit hole on YouTube. I was watching like training videos from the 70s, like new employee training videos. I think I saw everything, but Pop Actor, I'd love to see what you send my way, man. Do send it. Yeah, and the Motu food trays. That's true.
Everything.
Ronald McDonald.
Look, I wasn't highlighting that one. Oh, clowns give me the heebie-jeebies. I do not need to see that.
Oh, I don't. We're not even going to post that. So, Allison, we'll post it.
Okay, yeah, at least recognize it. Oh,
We recognize it, but we're not going
I can
to.
send Oz later.
no.
Patreon chat.
Yeah.
It's never too late to start
Oh.
stabbing things.
Pop Actor showed you Pop Actor showed you the commercials. You saw them already. Cool.
Yeah,
Send
yeah,
it.
he sent them this group chat on Facebook with
Oh, cool.
Pop Actor, Black Phoenix, Mike Fee, All Music Fan, Jeff. They got a group chat going over on Facebook that they threw me into, and they post all kinds of neat stuff in there.
Nice. Yeah. Send them my way, Pop Actor. I'd love to see those. So, takeaways from today's conversation.
You can't unsee sexy Marlon McDonald if you Google it.
No. Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
I will say this since I just braved that because I really was like, okay, what is it? I gotta see because I'm one of those people. If you tell me it's censored or whatever, I'm like, well, I gotta see the uncensored version or whatever. Now that I've seen that, I will say I appreciate at least doing the Google image search that it is for both men and for women versus it just being for women. So I'm like, okay, that's not as bad, but yeah, it's definitely like
Even still,
I can't think of the Golden Arches.
Oh
anymore.
no!
Anyway, but that's
more reasons
one
not to
takeaway
eat
for me.
McDonald's.
At least you didn't search up the sexy hamburger.
I will. Hang it.
Sexy grimace.
Just gonna come steal your buns.
Therapy by the end of the week. That's okay.
Oh, man.
don't look up sexy grimace at all.
Can you imagine?
Remember, folks, don't look these things up. Meanwhile, everybody on their phones right now just left.
We just lost all our viewers. They're all searching.
Yeah.
They said, "Don't do it. I gotta push the red button."
It's just don't drink the purple Kool-Aid.
Captain Biscuit 71. Man, okay, you and I have to have a chat in social media somewhere so that you can remind me of this. I have not looked it up yet. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull a Shawn. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Hey, there we go. He's getting it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
You sure that's what you're looking up?
Oh, trust me, that's what I'm looking up. Anything else?
He's more curious about the grimace.
I found out.
Nip it sink, not nipple sink.
Oh, it's Nipper Sink, I think.
And nipper sink.
Camp Nipper Sink.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on what you guys are talking about.
It is a McDonald's commercial.
Oh, is it?
There's a camp that they go to. Okay. I'm watching it.
He's mesmerized by
Kelly's going bye-bye, Egon. What have you got?
This is like the beginning of Evil Dead. This is fantastic.
Yeah, right. We can start hearing some backwards messages.
But that's how it's that they're in camp. The kids are creeped out by the old lady.
Instead of Klaatu, Verona, and Nick, there they have to actually recite what a Big Mac, the levels of it are, like on the old commercials.
It's raining. They get to go to McDonald's. The kids are eating and arguing with each other. And there's talking.
Kids are eating Soylent Green.
Pickles,
is
onions.
I was just going to say, then the kids discover it's people.
Oh, shit.
Soylent Green is people.
It's a cookbook.
What's his name? Charlton Heston runs it. It's people. And he's like shoving the Happy Meals off the
table. So there's a bunch of Camp Nipper Sink commercials. Thank you, Captain Biscuit. I'm gonna have to watch all of them, but from what I found out, it's that if you're unhappy at summer camp, complain, and your counselor will take you to McDonald's. That's what I thought.
Oh, is that how
that's what we were talking about earlier, where I said we can complain. Now we all can go to McDonald's.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go show up to a random summer camp and start complaining, and hope the counselor takes me to McDonald's. I'll be like, you're like 40.
That's what I'm complaining about.
And they're pulling you away, but like they got you under both of your arms, and you're singing, "I don't want to grow up."
I'm not supposed to be 40 yet.
Captain Biscuit 71. Again, you're local. We should get together and confer on this and talk about it.
That's what we need to do. Have the localized frenzy meetings. The only problem is we're all like so stretched out across the U.S. It's a little hard to.
Yeah,
we got to focus frenzy.
Right.
Focus frenzy.
Focus frenzy in your area.
Oh, yeah.
Focus frenzy.
Set up individual chapters all throughout the U.S. and Canada.
And we can post videos and
Mhm.
do
That would
live
be great.
interviews. Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
And
at the end of every focused frenzy, you go to a camp, you get into trouble, they take you to McDonald's, happiness ensues.
There's
Yeah.
a little. You get yourself a Happy Meal with a toy, and then you show it on
Mhm.
next week's episode. This is my
Yeah.
weekly pickup. Look at what bitching and moaning got me.
What camp did you piss off this week, guys?
All of them.
All of them. I am inevitable.
and this goes right back to the beginning where Joe Amato showed off his. Was that before we started the video, Bob?
Yeah.
Showed
was
off
that?
his Friday the 13th shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Back to the hockey mask. It always goes back to the hockey mask.
It's true. It
Because hockey rules.
does.
So does Friday the 13th movies.
Yes, it does. Yes, they do. I've been a fan since I was a kid with those.
They're great.
Yep.
They're great. I mean, some are better than others.
Oh, of course.
Well, it goes without saying.
Jason Goes to Space, I think, is my favorite.
Is it really?
Oh,
Jason X, the terribly wonderful movie that it can be.
It's so horrible.
Like the
But-
moment they showed off the big giant drill in the middle of the room for like no reason, I'm like,
Yeah, right,
yep,
yep.
somebody's getting
So it's-
impaled.
You know what's gonna happen with that?
Well, I liked when the lady's face gets smashed with that in the Frozen when she gets frozen.
Oh, yeah.
that's cool. The rest of the movie is goofy though.
Well, they got the hologram going on, and he's picking up the cheerleader and slamming her into the side of the tree in the sleeping
Well, that was in
bag,
part
and she's
7.
giggling.
They did that in part 7. So they
Well,
just
yeah.
they,
We'll see.
and
We'll meet at McDonald's, Captain Biscuit 71.
there you
there
go.
we go. That's how it happens. We all have to meet at McDonald's.
That's
Oh,
have to do.
my stomach's cringing now.
We feel horrible afterward. Allison,
Yeah.
parts 1 through 4, classic.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
I believe that too.
What's
Yeah.
what's your favorite one from those first 4?
Mine?
Yeah.
I like 2.
2?
like-
Yeah.
I like
3.
I like 2, 3, 4. I like them all, but 2 I like. It's something I like 2.
Yeah.
I enjoyed 3, I think, the most overall, which I know a lot of people give it flack because of the cheesy 3D parts, but
Yeah, but it's good.
I enjoyed that one, I think,
lot.
the most.
Yeah. It's
What's so great about those films though is you really care about all the kids. A lot of times you don't care about them. You know they're all going to die. A lot of them are annoying, but the ones in Friday the 13th, you actually like them all.
yeah, for sure.
They have
Except
all
for Jason
personalities.
Takes Manhattan.
Well, yeah, but
It's
1 through 4 and 6.
Yeah.
I love part 6. Part 6
Now-
is awesome.
Yeah, part 6 is good.
I rate 6 kind of like I rate 10 or Jason X because it's
Killing it.
funny, like in how they do it. Like when he's standing up there trying to box Jason, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
And then I thought we were going to get a repeat of that in Halloween with Busta Rhymes going up against Mike Myers, but then Mike Myers just turned around and walked away. I was like, that was lame.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. They
Really
could
was.
wrap off.
Mike Myers and Busta. All Mike Myers does is just,
Classic.
yeah, instead of saying
Doesn't matter.
anything, it switches
Well,
back to
Jason doesn't
Busta
talk-
Rhymes rapping.
Mm-mm. Yeah, they're great. They're great movies.
Yeah.
So, did we vote on a T-shirt design?
Yeah, the one you picked with that skeleton or a Skeletor face.
I don't want to hog that vote.
No, I like that one too. I think that's the best one.
Yeah.
I like that one, but mine was the one that you just were on before this one, the He-Man and the Red up there.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah,
because,
that's a good
like I said, it's like my co-stars are my axe and my shield, and I just dug the fact that they're like, here they are, they're prominent, and
Yeah.
that would work for me too.
And it's our early 1980s shield that every kid
Mhm.
Yeah.
kid made for themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. Let's see this one. The scared Skeletor is pretty good.
He's quaking in his boots.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I think the one that kind of steals it with this one is the panel with, Tila as the sorceress.
Oh yeah, that's good. the cloud bursting light. It's awesome.
Right.
And man, I just like looking at all this stuff.
That's good.
Yeah. You know, again, the biggest thing with Masters Universe to me, it's not just the toys, it's the art that was, you know, brought along with it, and then all the lore that gets dumped into it. There's a reason I'm so much more passionate about this toy line than others from the same era. Not to say that others didn't have such a great depth of lore. There's wonderful lore when it comes to Transformers, and even, you know, a lot with G.I. Joe being another big one that had a ton of lore between the comics and again the cartoon. But for me, it was always just the sword and sorcery of He-Man with that minimal technology, but it was there.
Yep.
Yeah. And on that note,
So
I
Danny
was going to
wants
say
to
the
know
exact
more
same
of
words. What's that?
Bobby. He wanted to know what is that next to you. Can you bring that up again for
What are you
everybody
talking
to
about?
see?
What's next to me?
What's next to you, right there
Oh,
on the
this?
shelf? Yeah, bring that up
Oh.
again for everybody to see. You know, another big shout out to JOE AMATO here.
It's Stratos and Modulok and Love.
Skelly, you do it because I keep trying to do it and remove it.
You guys got to stop touching each other.
Are you talking to the toys or
No, I'm talking to Skelly and Oz.
oh my god, I'm trying to pick up Danny's message and ask you to put it back on.
I'm trying to take it off.
Take me off of full screen so it's a bit.
I'm so sorry. Wait, can we do that again?
Do what?
We gotta give the people what they want, Bobby.
That's right.
See you.
They don't need to see me. What the heck?
That was not me this time. That
was definitely Shawn. Getting in on it now too.
I am?
Totally. I saw a bald guy do it.
I look like about 80,000 other guys out there, and I have proof.
It's true.
Oh man.
Hell, there was a guy driving in the opposite direction from me tonight after when I was coming back with my son from getting dinner, and I swore to God, I go, wait, is that me? Like, what the?
It's bad when you start doing it. I went into Royal Farms not too long ago, like last week or so, and the guy behind the counter was just like, "Hey, man, I remember you. You're blah blah blah," and I'm like, "No," and he goes, "You look just like him." And I was like, "Yeah, a bald white guy with a beard and glasses." Yep, I look just like him. I guarantee it.
I just, for some reason, it just tickles me, Shawn, that you're driving.
Yeah.
And then you're driving toward yourself.
Yeah.
That's like out of a, you know, Spike Jones movie or something.
Well, the other part of it that amused me was he was driving my exact type of car, but his was just a little darker than mine. But it was the same, like his was a dark gray, mine's a light gray, almost silver. But glasses, bald, everything. I'm just there like, is that me? Is that like mirror me? What the hell is happening here?
Anti-Eternia Shawn.
That shows how much of a week I've had. Just me actually second guessing my own reality, I guess. What the heck?
That's, hey man, I was there just not too long ago.
No, man.
And I also, you know, I think we do live in a reality that's shifting with us, because when I saw JMax 77's license plate on that car not too long ago, it's like, that's not possible. That's possible. But yeah, for those of you who don't know that are watching this out of the blue, JMax 77 joins our chat quite often. He's awesome. He's probably there right now. He doesn't live on this side of the country that I know of. I saw his license plate. I saw a license plate with his name on the road the other day, and it was just, I thought for sure that was the guy. What are the chances?
Exactly.
Shawn, you need to grow a goatee in the next week or two. And then we'll
Well,
come back and
that's the
you're
only
naked.
difference.
And then we'll
Well,
come back and
that's
you're
the only
naked.
difference between the mirror thing. I know everybody in mirror universe has the goatee, and he did not have that, but he had the glasses, bald, shaved, everything. I was like, okay.
Except for me, I would have like the reverse of the goatee. It's just the mutton chops.
Yeah. You could rock that. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done it before. I actually used to do that. That used to be. I never used to actually do the full beard. I was either a goatee or it was mutton chops. And then when I got my Santa suit, that's when I started being like, okay, beard time.
Mm-hmm. The sad part is, if I grow mine out, I look like Santa because I don't have hardly any color left anymore. I'm like, really?
I'm getting there more and more gray.
I think that's good, Shawn.
Mine's great.
I will get to the point one day where I go, I'm just going to do it and just let it go for a while and see what happens, because I've always kept it close to my face if I grow anything, but it's like, yeah, there might be one day where I just go, this is going to be me looking like I haven't been at work for 2 years. Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Do it.
I'll look like Gizmo or something.
I thought I had my head shaved for about a year, and I thought that I would have more grays here. My wife's actually disappointed. She's like, I thought there would be more grays there, but there's not. She's really looking forward to me going gray, but it's taking forever.
Yeah. I have gray on the sides.
Enjoy it. I mean, like before my son, I had a lot more. Like my hair would have been black on my face, and after my son, over the last 6 years, it's just gone freaking white. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's just the fact I have 2 kids, or if it's just my time in life when I'm supposed to be doing this one or the other, maybe.
It's grass is always greener. I look at dudes with gray and white hair. I'm like, man, that's great. Like
I look at guys with hair.
I'm telling you, we always feel like we got to have the other thing, right? That's part of our dilemma.
I'm actually pretty proud of my bald. It's not a bad look for me. Some guys, it just does not look as good.
Oh, it looks good on you guys. Like, for sure. Oh, I want to see Oz with long hair.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
I don't have long hair ever because my hair didn't work like that, but I could show a picture of me where I'm looking like I did in high school. That'll make people laugh.
Well,
where is it?
Bobby and I are like, we're not going to share any pictures of us.
I look the same as I did.
High school, you look just like you now.
Yeah, just like how I am now. It's scary.
That's awesome.
I got gray, hair on my chin and stuff, but
yeah.
Other than that, well, I got gray on the sides as well.
That's good though. That's good, right?
Yeah, I guess.
This is a very, very old picture.
So old it won't even show. Oh,
it's taking its time. Holy shit!
Oh, that's awesome!
Oh
man!
Were you the roadie for Alice in Chains that
That's
week?
what I was saying. It looked grunge. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
He took it off real fast.
I got a couple more. Hold on. Let me find those ones.
That is amazing.
There it is. I found me.
Shall we? Oh yeah, here, I'm gonna make Shawn big here. Wow!
Me.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was back when people used to say, "You look like the dude from Clueless." I mean, literally, anytime that I met somebody back in that era, for a time span maybe like 5 years after high school or so, anytime I met somebody, they're like, "You look like the dude in Clueless." I'm like, I never watched Clueless. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And then a couple years later, I saw Clueless, and I'm like, Paul Rudd. You're telling me I look like Paul Rudd? I will accept that all day long. That's freaking great.
It was Oz when he had blonde hair.
Oh my god.
You look like you belong in Norway.
Oh, that's
black metal, right? Black metal.
Your name should be Dieter.
That's part of my heritage.
That's
All
awesome.
Right. This will be the last one I share, but me with long hair, but this is also when I used to have my teeth too. You'll see what I mean in a sec.
The anticipation.
I know. I was sitting there like, is this something happening? here, or-
Guys, you can continue to talk.
Oh wow. Were those permanent?
No, not permanent. You can definitely remove them, but I used to wear them like they were permanent.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
I don't have anything like that. That's that cool.
No.
That's that cool.
Nope.
I do. And Skelly knows it. Right there.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Probably 3 or 4 year old Shawn, Amazing Spider-Man, PJs, and my WC Fields doll.
Wait, I gotta show you guys this one. Here,
Is this the one with your underwear and cowboy boots?
No, I'm not gonna show that one. That's for. That's,
Oh, really? He did. He showed that photo of him as a kid.
true. Wait a second. Look at
Oh,
that. What?
that's.
Laughing. It's making me self-conscious.
It looks like you're in the middle of doing something, and somebody's like, "Hey, can I take your picture?" I'm like, "I'm in the middle of something here."
I'm reading.
Yeah.
I wish I had my photos as when I was younger. I don't have any of those.
I actually, I went over to visit my mom not too long ago. I thought for sure like that pictures. Oh, why am I still on? I thought for sure pictures. The pictures were like pictures from my childhood were some either buried somewhere in a shed or something. But I found some pictures. So
Yeah, I know where my photos are. I just don't have access to them.
yeah, yeah. That's frustrating.
It is. Yeah, I can't visit my parents, so I can't get them from their house.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get all my Christmas photos and all that shit. You know, when you can see all the master stuff I got, Christmas and birthdays and stuff. But I have to wait to get those photos.
The day will come. The
Yeah.
day will come.
Somewhere around here, my mom gave me some of the blackmail photos that she should have kept to herself. And my wife saw them, and I think my daughter saw them. But I'm actually tempted one day to maybe post them on Legends of Grayskull or something, just as like, hey, you know, remember how much you loved playing with playing He-Man when you were a kid? Maybe you went in the backyard and you grabbed a stick, and that was your power sword.
That's
And
right.
it's like, no, I cosplayed the hell out of that when I was a kid. I had to have all these different things, and you could see the spindly version of me at like 9 years old trying to look like I'm He-Man in the backyard. And she blew it up to 8.5 by 11 for Christ's sake, and she handed it to me, and she's giggling the whole time, and I'm like, "Thanks, Mom, thanks so much." And my first words out of my kid's mouth, "You were skinny?" And I'm like, "Oh, no." I'm like, "You're not getting anything in my will." Simple as that.
Wow.
I totally had that same moment. Connor was just like, "You had hair?"
Yeah. And what's funny is my daughter is the biggest one of like, if somebody says something anti against me, she usually goes, "But I love you, Dad," or whatever. And in the case of that, like the baldness, she's like, "Dad, you look better this way. Don't even think you need hair." And I'm like, "I know, trust me, I know."
Yeah, I'm with you, Captain Biscuit 71.
Yeah,
Cherish.
I say the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see this from Pop Actor Shawn? He has a WC Field ventriloquist dummy too.
That's crazy, because I thought I was the only person that knew about that. That's awesome.
Man, it's on my list. My list of things to creep my family out with.
Yeah.
I find one.
I forgot. They're upstairs. I'm not going to get them tonight. I'll try to bring them the next time. So, because of being on the show, we were talking the Muppets. It made me go back to my mom, and I'm like, so, you know, some of those things I had growing up, how much of it's still left? How much didn't get thrown out? And like the next weekend, she comes up. She lives about an hour from here. She comes up, and she brings me the plush Gonzo and the plush Scooter that still survived all that stuff.
Wow.
And the best part is, the minute my son saw them, he grabbed them, and I haven't been able to have them myself because he wants them and they're his now. So he's adopted them, and I'm like, I love that somebody still loves them the way I loved them as a kid.
That's cool.
So they're a part of his collection, but they're up in the living room. Next time I'll bring them down because they're legit the vintage ones that we had when we were kids.
Nice.
They're not anything new at all. They're from the early 80s when all the Fisher-Price stuff was hitting.
Oh, that's beautiful. Can't wait to see those.
Yeah, I'll try to remember next time. Oh, and she found Shrinky Dinks too.
Awesome.
That we also had. So
yeah. You got to do a show and tell next time.
Yeah, I will.
Pop Actor has 6 various dummies. Those ventriloquist dummies, man. That's awesome. Let us know which ones you have. If you say W.C. Fields, Groucho Marx, Laurel and Hardy,
Bozo.
Charlie McCarthy.
So Charlie McCarthy. If you say any of those, I'm gonna get real jealous.
I had the Charlie McCarthy one too. I know I had W.C. Fields and Charlie McCarthy. The other ones I didn't know who they were at that era.
The Bozo was very, very cool.
Yeah,
because he looked like a cartoon version of Bozo, which is probably better. Oh, whoops. Duchess said, I have a ventriloquist type doll of Dean Martin. That's still sings. Love Dean Martin, man. That's great.
Yeah, she does too.
It's nothing not to like. That guy's great.
Yeah, I got the Groucho doll, but I forgot to grab it when I came back.
Ryan Dole joining us this evening. Good to have you here.
See you. Oh man, Ryan, you got to come on and show those things off, man, because those Fisher-Price Muppet plushies are great. And Fisher-Price was the ones, they made that amazing animal puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think about that thing all the time.
I remember I wanted that as a kid as well. Yeah.
As a magical toy. That thing is fantastic.
Teddy Ruxpin probably hands down is one of the most timeless toys ever. Kids wouldn't even know what a tape is today. Kids don't know what cassettes are. But you pop down a Teddy Ruxpin and you put one in, and they are all about it.
Yeah, it's crazy though. I feel like cassettes because hipsters are parents now. I feel like cassettes are coming back.
They are, yep.
And I think it's just
my phone case.
It's just a matter of time before Teddy Ruxpin comes back with that kind of, because you can buy a brand new Walkman now. Why wouldn't they just recreate the Teddy Ruxpin as a?
I loved my Walkman.
Oh man, my Walkman.
I'd walk around all the time, walk the streets of Chicago, just listen to the music all day long. It was great.
The Walkman was my best friend.
Yeah.
So many people wondered why I never upgraded to the CD player, and it's like you're walking around and the thing's jumping and it's skipping all over the place. My tape one does not do that. I don't have that issue. Now, I did say, because my phone case is a cassette player, that I wanted to get like one of those external hard cases that looked like a Walkman, so I could put my cassette in my Walkman.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I used to walk the train tracks, listen to the Sex Pistols. That's how cool I was.
Yeah, you were cool, man. That's super cool. That's like straight. It's very filmic, man.
Yeah.
Were you in like so were you in a leather jacket, or were you in a Vietnam era Army surplus jacket?
I always had a biker jacket.
Oh, all right.
Ramones, always had the look like that.
Mine's hanging up in the closet.
Yeah. Hey, that's
doesn't fit anymore, but I still got
I had one that had spikes and has a big DK painted on the back and Ramones and Circle Jerks painted on the back.
All right, I'm done.
Him and his dramatic.
All right, just since Grandpa left, now
I'm reading. Well, first of all, I'm getting overwhelmed with jealousy. Pop actors like Charlie McCarthy, W.C. Fields, Bozo, Danny O'Day, Mortimer, and Billy Baloney on the way, which means he's like building his ventriloquist doll collection still, it seems like. And then with Bobby talking about his amazing Ted Kennedy's jacket with the studs and everything. I'm just getting jealous, man.
I have a Twitter account that actually has it on there. Here, let me see.
And Teddy Ruxpin playing Sam Kinison. That's fantastic.
That's my jacket.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
Man, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eldor is working on a custom Wednesday Addams Blythe doll and thing. Oh, I saw the thing. That thing's awesome, by the way, Eldor. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That's great. Love that stuff.
Right? Doesn't matter if Living Dead Dolls have put out their own version of it, because the one you're putting out is going to be one of a kind.
That's right, Eldor. Brick something. It's all about the skin Teddy Ruxpins. That sounds like a cup of nightmares. I
was going to say that's the nightmare fuel behind Dead Freddy's or whatever. Not Dead Freddy's. That's a bar around here.
Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever.
Yeah, the kids go crazy about.
Yeah. Speaking of that, my son, he had a glow in the dark shirt of that, you know, and he was small. So when he came up to me one time, and I opened my eyes, I was sleeping. It was dark. All I saw was this glow in the dark image. I punched him in the stomach because I didn't know what it was. And he scared the hell out of me.
Oh no!
He's like, whoa! That's all I hear, you know.
I was this close to doing that to my own daughter when she was probably like 4, because she did the same thing. I was sleeping on the couch and like we had the Christmas tree lights on, and that was the only light in the room. It was probably 3 a.m, and she came out of her room to go talk to me about something, and all I saw was the outline silhouette of like a little girl, and it made me all of a sudden go like The Shining and all the other horror movies. I was like, holy crap.
Well, this is more embarrassing. I scared myself with my my Funko Pop Evil Warriors of Snake Mountain T-shirt because the Skeletor glows.
Oh yeah,
in a reflection across the house on a mirror, and it was pitch black. I saw that, it scared the you know what out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, you could say, come on, man.
I reached my limit already tonight, Bobby.
Oh, okay.
JOE AMATO used up the limit
over here.
He used it
Midnight
up for next
right?
week too.
Yeah.
We had to take out an advance for next week's cursing.
That's right.
It's all right, folks. You can join us on Unchained for all the cursing you want.
I still didn't curse that much that on the first Unchained.
No, I didn't either.
Neither did I.
It was just like another frenzy episode.
It was
I
fun.
just started quoting like, you know, George Carlin's 7 words you can't say.
Yeah.
Just to fill the gap.
That was a fun episode.
It was. That was.
Folks, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon, you will have access to the Unchained episodes, and also you'll get a Toy Frenzy sticker in the mail.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like we've mentioned the Patreon more times tonight than ever before.
Between this week and last week, we certainly have. And believe us, folks, we're not.
Yeah. We're not trying to sell you on anything. That goes against my
that goes against all of our principles.
Yeah.
It's just we like doing these extra fun things, and when we do those Unchained episodes, we're not tied down to everything.
Yeah, it's just bullshit. It's nothing like we have anything to say. You know, it's just us getting together and just talking.
Yeah, it's fun. You said in those Unchained episodes, we're not tied down. That's a little redundant.
A little bit. I was gonna say we're not chained to what we need to. The standards as much of YouTube.
That's right. That's right. So guys, what's up with you? What's going on?
Nothing.
What's coming up for you this week? Shawn, when is the 100th, the third 100th episode of Legends?
We haven't planned that yet. I know both the Dooch and I have had very long work weeks in the last couple weeks, so probably if we do anything, I'm guessing it'll be next week at the earliest, but I don't have any definitive. But I know tomorrow, once again on Friday night, we will be going off-world with Jesse and Curtis on our off-world show.
Yeah.
And we're going to be covering forgotten toy lines that we loved when we were kids. We're also going to cover The Princess Bride. And
good.
Our have you ever segment that I was part of. I asked everybody if they saw the movie Clue, and everybody did, but we're still going to talk about it anyway because they were pitying me, I think. But yeah, so
that's awesome.
That's the trifecta for tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
That's a lot to cover. I'm excited.
That's why we usually end up being like 3 hours. Yeah. It's like an hour per segment, but it works. So it's really cool. It's a great. If you had a long week, blow off some steam, just talk shop. So yeah,
I love it.
You and Jesse are veterans of those long streams now. Anyway, you guys hang out on my channel enough.
It's funny because he and I would just be doing this, hanging out in each other's houses or apartments, and instead we just put it on YouTube so everybody has to go through it. And it's fun.
I think that's great. I think I really admire folks that can do the long ones. Oz, like I look at what Oz does, and I just like I envy that kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
When we reach the 2 hour and 20-minute marker, as we are right at this moment,
yeah,
it was harder for me to construct words. And I just have a hard time. My endurance is just not there.
It depends. Like I'm there with you if I've had a long week, but it also depends if the topic is something that I'm really engaged with. Because if it is, like, you could set me up on a live stream and I could probably go 6 hours nonstop about Transformers the movie. But if you had me sit here and do a live stream about like you guys were talking Friday the 13th, I've only seen 1 or 2 of those movies ever in my life. Wow. I'd only be able to do 30 minutes to an hour tops because I don't have a lot of information about that. So it all depends. Like Clue, it's the first time I'll ever be able to talk about Clue. I'm excited to go at least an hour and talk about why that movie works so well for me, and so it all depends. But yeah no, like when I see what Oz does, I'm like, okay, that's Herculean. I just BS a bunch. There's a difference.
I think Bud's right. Is it energy or is this blood replaced by coffee? I think that's might be what
there's probably that as well. Yeah,
my blood was definitely turned into coffee decades ago. This is nothing new.
All right, so all right, that's good. We have something to look forward to with Off-World, Shawn. That's awesome. And how about you, Oz? What's going on?
Well, for me, it's a relatively light week-ish. So this upcoming Saturday, I found out that I will be having Connor over. So we're finally going to get the next episode of Connor Mon and Ostradamus Toys Live, as when he is here, he takes over the show and has Zor poop all over my head. My shows are getting really shitty lately. Not that my son makes crappy content, because he is amazing and love it. Then, of course, later that evening, we'll have the usual Ostradamus Toys Live at somewhere around 9 to 10 o'clock. And then from there, we will, of course, be doing yet another after show. So, if you guys aren't already signed up for the Patreon, you want to hang out for an after show, definitely you can sign up for either Skelly here, Bobby there, myself. Shawn, I know you have something in the works still.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Good.
On a less crazy week, I will figure it out. I promise.
Yeah, it can take a minute to try and set everything up because I remember when I was sitting down looking at it, I'm like, what the crap am I gonna do?
Exactly, and I want to make it worth people's while. That's the main thing.
Yes, that's always how I feel. It's part of the reason why switching to doing that after show. It's like I feel like everybody who's signed up for us and everything like that, I want to try to give more. But of course, I really enjoyed having all of you guys show up on Saturday. That was great, and just gave us extra time to hang out too. Not just hanging out with the Patreons and having fun with them, but we really get we talk throughout the week a lot of times, but we don't get to actually like sit down and hang out. And this is our way to be able to do that, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's nice. And what did you say? You didn't have much going on, Bobby?
No, I don't have much going on.
how's the Twitter going?
I lost some followers, but I gained a bunch back today. Other than that, Twitter's Twitter, IG's IG, same shit. But yeah, the Toy Frenzy stuff is going well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. If you're not following us on Twitter or IG, we now have the official Toy Frenzy Twitter and IG. So make sure you go give them a like and a follow. And, then you get a chance. You can bug Bobby all the time with those. So definitely hit him up.
I'll definitely reply to everybody.
He'll even flip you off like Bud.
Yeah, right. No, I don't do that. Not the people I like.
Well, also you can listen to the past Toy Frenzy episodes on YouTube Music as a podcast if you are interested in doing that. It's kind of like that's new territory for me, so I've gone on a couple times and had to listen to things, but it's pretty cool. And we've got we just recorded a new episode of Cambridge and with Shawn, so that should be posting for Patreons this weekend, maybe, I think. But we're still editing that, and the Snake Mountain, folks, is real close, because I just have to add a couple of things. The things I have to add are going to be time consuming. So, and Manny, the person who commissioned it, he knows the deal. But we're getting close to the end of that build, and I'm real excited about the way it's turning out. And also the channel is getting closer and closer to 4,000 public watch hours, which is crazy. We're like, I'm at 3,920 right now.
Come on, guys.
Wow.
It's really cool. I mean, this is all you all that watch this show. I know, because since we started doing Toy Frenzy, the amount of subscribers on this channel and the amount of people who are watching has really increased substantially. And I can't thank Oz, Bobby, Shawn, and Adam enough for helping grow this channel. I really, really appreciate it. And everybody in the chat, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Adam, we missed you tonight, man. If you're watching this rerun, we missed having you as a co-host. So see you next week. We don't have so speaking of next week, we have not. Thank you, Thanos. Mm-hmm. We have not come up with a theme for next week yet, so stay tuned for that. And we mentioned, or did we? No, I don't think we did.
No.
We mentioned in the last Toy Frenzy, folks, to send us your questions, your thoughts via email or in the comments below. But if you have an idea for a future episode, let us know. I'm sure we can, put our minds together and make that happen.
Yeah.
We love coming up with ideas for shows, but we love what your ideas are.
Yeah, what would you guys like to see?
Yeah.
I like that.
Tell us down in the comments below and make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I mean, everybody that's watching is already subscribed, I think. But
hope so.
Yeah. All right, folks. Guys, I'm pooped. Shall we close up shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's been a great week. I always look forward to Thursdays.